Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in the world. Sean Driver with producer B. Brendan in the background. It's Virtu EFL trophy time for, let's just make the assumption here. Don't make the assumption here. Let's explain this for people who don't know what the EFL trophy is. We've gotten used to things over the years as we get through this. In addition to the league competition, there are three other competitions that are out there. The FA Cup, that's the elite one. That's the tippity top of the top. That's the one that everybody wants. It's got all the money. It's got all the prestige. It's got all the magic. We're out of that one. First round knocked out this year. But we have a history of slaying some giants in that one. The EFL Cup involves, the FA Cup, by the way, involves everybody. Top 10 tiers, at least electively, the top 10 tiers, and they all get a chance through qualifying rounds. There is the potential dream of somebody in a lower tier winning the thing, but usually by now, as in this year, it gets to the fifth round, and all of the teams are out other than those in the top two divisions. There are Cinderella stories. Just this year was not one of them. The EFL Cup is the top four divisions. We got knocked out of that one. So this is the EFL trophy, which is tiers 3 and tiers 4. And we are in the battle for this one. This starts at 11:30 or 2:30, isn't it? Eastern? Yeah, 2:30 Eastern, 7:30 p.m. in the UK. You've got 3:30 ETA. Maybe the time difference is, oh no, 11:30, 12, 1, 2. It should be 2:30. Yeah, 2:30. 2:30.
Yeah, it's funny.
2:30 Atlantic.
It's 2:30, which was my dad's favorite dad joke.
And which is horrible because we just saw that somebody's in the dentist's chair as well right now. They just said, David, I'm the dentist. I'll catch up with you. So we're doing all sort of dentist jokes to get this one started. Yeah, half an hour away wherever you are. The EFL. So the EFL trophy. The divisions 3 and 4. How did we get here? Both teams ended up winning their pool. Both teams ended up winning their first two games in the knockout section. Now we're into the quarterfinals, and we are 2 games away. 2 wins away from a fifth appearance in Wembley in the last 12 years. There are 5 teams left, I guess. The 3 teams that are waiting. The winner of this one is going to get Peterborough at home. We know that much. That'll happen the week of the 24th. Next week, Bradford City, remember them, the Chickens from last year? We're a big club and lots of squawk, no bite. I've always had a problem with Bradford City. To be fair, talking to Bradford City fans individually and separate apart from the little mob, what do you call a collection of chickens? I don't know. Roost. You get them separate apart. Great people. You put them all together. It's somewhat annoying. Anyways, making friends everywhere I talk. They'll be taking on Birmingham City next week in that one. So the winner of this one gets the Posh, and you win this one, you win that game against Posh, and you're going to Wembley, and that's got a lot of fun. 70,000 people would be a heck of an experience, and the Vegas odds say more likely than not would be us and Brum, but there's still a lot of football to be played, and can't take things to take your eye off the prize. As far as this one, Brendan, do you want this one, or are you just worried about the league and say, I don't care, it'd be nice, but I'm not really that bothered?
I want this one. I don't want this one more than I want any regular season game, because I think the playoffs is just not the way to go through. That would worry me. So I'd like to get that 2 spot, and I think if we keep the pressure up, I'm thinking Wickham might fold. So, yeah, and we need to stay ahead of Huddersfield.
We've been saying that for do you think Huddersfield is the issue? I don't think Huddersfield's the issue anymore. I mean, they've lost like 4 out of 5. I mean, I can go back to the table, but like they're
hot or cold. I just don't want them going on another streak and putting too many points away that we can't get them.
Yeah, to me, interestingly enough, I mean, there are league games that are going on today, by the way, so we'll be following that. I don't know if WG is in here. We'll get so used to having him here. I mean, they haven't got points in 5. They've gone from being in the mess with us to like completely falling off. Charlton, points in 5 in a row. Stockport wins in 5 in a row, and points in 6, I believe. The one that's not on the last 5 was a win. So, like, those are 2 teams that are El Fuego. And we've been saying Wickham forever is going to fall, but we just keep marching in lockstep with them. Us up, them down, us up, them down. And so we need to go in a bit of a run. But look, for both Wickham and for us, it's going to be a big start of March, middle of March. The key right now is dive in and do all this. Bo says, I rather focus on the league. And I don't have my app
Rotterdam.
out. Hey, Jack of all trades, it's been a while, but it's nice to see you from Rotterdam. And I mean, do I have a slight preference for the league? If you could sit there today and say to me, you get to choose a win today or a win on Saturday, I'm taking the win in the league match every single time, right? But here's where I look at this, and we can talk about the roster as we go through it. If you wanted to bring that up, I don't know where I went with it. I deleted my Twitter. Foolish of me. There it is. Nope. I will bring it up. Don't mind the technical glitches. There it is. If you bring that up, Brendan, who's going to be quicker than I am on even just controlling my own computer. The starting lineup for the 11, we're not going with our top guys. Certainly, we have some great players, and it's depth. But you look at the minutes, you have to go all the way to our 6th highest minute guy drawing into the lineup here. Oh, he's not even in. I thought I saw Dobson was in, so that would make it 7th. If I go to our minutes, our top minute guys, McLean, he's not in. Barney's not in. Palmer not in. Cleworth not in. O'Connell not in. Dobson not in. So you're going down to 7th before you hit Elliott Lee as most minutes. Now you look at the rest of the lineup. I'm fully comfortable with who's here. And that's what Swirly says. Ridiculously strong lineup. That's just how strong we are. So because of our depth, I'm okay saying I really want this one. Yes, there's a focus on the league, but you can essentially wipe this slate clean and go with, okay, Ogonko and Brunt are going to go, but EOC slides in. You're going to have Cleworth slide back in. You're going to go Barney on the wing. You're going to completely rehaul your midfield with Matty, James, and Dobson and Rathbone. And then you've got a new strike force, and you bring McLean in, and we've got a complete separate change. So go for the win today. Completely different circumstance, and we'll get to that. Let me just walk you through it. So Ogonko in the back, McNicholas, who came back, the lone recall, is on the bench over Howard today, so that'll hurt the feelings of some. I'm sure when I saw that, I went, ooh, because I don't think that's an injury. That's just a depth chart thing. In the back line, Lewis Brunt, Scar, and O'Connor, that immediately made me go, okay, who's playing on the left? And so I went back and I scrolled through the use of the graphics. Cleworth is now I forget which order it was. Here it is. No, it's not there. I believe it is Brunt on the graphic in Cleworth's traditional spot. Whether that pans out when we see it, we'll figure that out. But it could be Cleworth on the right, Scar in the middle, Connor on the left. Longman gets his run on the break on the right-hand side. He gets his run out on the right. And we thought, Brendan and I both did, that what we would like to see is Longman in the midfield, take out Evans, Cannon, or Lee, and bring in Barnett off the bench. We're not seeing that as a starter. It's possible because Barnett's on the bench here. Were you disappointed, Brendan, to see not Longman and Barnett put together for this trophy match?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought this was the easy opportunity to play around with putting Longman somewhere else and finding a way to get the two of the guys on the pitch at the same time. And I think it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, low-hanging fruit, right? And so we'll see how it goes with that. Seb Revan's going to be on for McLean, and then the strike force for this one, Jack Marriott, which I think is necessary. I want him to get his minutes, and Mo Fall. Do you think this is a declaration, or do you think it's just managing minutes and it's Marriott's turn? Because you look at who's in the lineup on the bench. Smith and Rodriguez. There are familiar names that are not in the lineup for this trophy match. Do you read into that, or you just say this is a trophy match and this is just what's going to go?
I think you got to put. Yeah, I mean, you have to fill out those subs. Whoever you put is essentially a starter, unless it's like Mullen right now, who hasn't been starting, and Palmer, right? Like, so I don't know. Maybe it's guys that he feels he wants to get run time so that he can assess them better, see what they're doing, or maybe he just legitimately thinks they're my two best strikers. If this game is close, I'll sub them in to go get the win at the end of the game. And if that's the case, then he's thinking Smith and Rodriguez. So
it's I mean, we will find out over the course of time, and it'll always be a discussion piece that we can end up having. So for me, I think it's necessary. Mo Fall needs to get as many minutes as he can. Marriott's been. We want to see if we can get him firing here and into form. We all of a sudden have toys and options up front. So we got to see which ones are running fast, and let's figure that out. I want to go into their roster largely for two reasons. For the Bolton Wanderers sitting in 7th place, they're in a very, very difficult and different situation on two fronts. One, Their league matches, they played on Saturday. They're going to play today. They're going to play on the Saturday coming up. So they're probably more tired. The second thing is due to injury and suspensions. And the suspensions here are not carryovers from the league. They're, if you got 2 yellow cards within this competition, you get suspended next game. Their best player is out due to suspension. That's shown. And I wanted to ask Brendan a question as I was talking about Sean and others that we've watched around the league. But you go through their lineup, and if they're healthy, they're playing. And I say that because you look at their bench, and they have 3 young guys. So Southwood's a keeper, so take him off. Out of the 6 outfield players, both Inwood and Sharples Ahmed are from their academy, and I don't think have a start with or minutes with the club this year. So they've gone with what they can put together, and even then, you look at their top minute men. Schoen's not in. Johnston, Heathfitch second. Cogley, so they're playing their big guys because they have to. To me, looking at their bench and seeing it being somewhat depleted, this is a game where you want to rip the will to play for them away from them, to have them just resign themselves. So we're going to focus on the league and recovery and just get through our obligations here. This is a game where we score early, we score often, and we punch them in the mouth. Any thoughts with respect to their roster? And then I'll ask you my question regarding Sean, Brendan.
I always worry about guys that have something to play for. Like if you've got some vets and they know that they really have to focus on the league and not take themselves out in this game, then they're downshifting, right? But if you get an academy player up here, this is his time to shine. This is where these guys go bananas. So if we're not bringing the energy, that worries me. Like they'll get to some balls that they shouldn't, and maybe get a goal up there that puts us on our back feet, and then they're parking the bus to get a win. So yeah, I that always worries me. But we should outclass them. And the other thing is, since we've switched the sides, you get guys that don't get to play much. So we get our guys that are hungry, right? Like Cannon hasn't been out there in a while. He's going to want to prove something. Marriott wants to get back on pace, right? He's going to be working hard.
There should be some fire.
Downshift anyway, right? But Mo Fall's been getting better and better. Maybe him and Revan both with those goals, they feel the momentum. Maybe they're going to be out there proving something. So, I mean, this is probably not the group that will downshift. So I think we'll be fine.
I said at the start of things or last week that this one smelt like a going to kicks sort of see who wins thing, which interestingly in this competition this year, both teams have gone to penalty kicks once. Both teams have lost and in penalty kicks. Was it Port Vale? It was 3-1, and to them for the Aston Villa U21s, they lost 4-1. I'm with you. I don't think having a look at the lineup and having a look at the situation that they're in, I think that we're probably in good stead. The question for me is the longer you leave them in it, the more you give them a will to play. You're going to make them ask the questions. If we can get one or even 2 early and put the damn thing to bed, I think that would be optimal for everybody involved. We'll see what happens. John suggested here, he said, Revan only work as a left wing back, hence Longman on the right. Revan is one-footed. There are players that are not, as from what I've seen and from what I've heard, Revan is one-footed. And so, yes, it'll be Longman on the right-hand side and Revan on the left. What else do we want to talk about? Ticket sales for this one. Interestingly enough, I mean, you look at the stadium, it looked empty, but they said that they opened up the bottom part of the tech end late, that they waited for the Macron and the Wrexham lager stands to sell out, and they have. And then they opened up the tech end. So ticket sales for this, remember, this is an often protested event. I think for Jason, who was there, I think it was 3,000 when he went to the game earlier on. There's a lot of people who aren't comfortable paying the 10 quid to go and watch these trophy matches. It's starting to get a little bit more interesting now because Wembley's on the horizon. So you want to go and get involved. But a Tuesday night in the winter doesn't look like a bad day. But until you get to this phase, it's usually I mean, there were games that had 400, 500 people attending to them at other stadiums because they just the protest of the U21s being in this league is something that people use to justify not buying tickets, I guess. What else can I tell you? I don't even know. Oh, I haven't done the sponsorship thing. If all season long, Ultimate Promotions has been making sure that this is ad-free. And so special thanks to them. If you are looking for pins, badges, medals, pins like this for sport trading, for work, you got the little lanyards that you put them on for a convention or otherwise, go and check them out. Ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz, that free shipping, free artwork. They'll get you set up and do all that sort of stuff. The medals that they make, if you're doing the challenge races, you've got your kids playing in a tournament and you want to give individual medals out, that they can set you all up with that. So please go and check them out. Ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. What else can I get into? I did watch, if you haven't, the Fearless and Devotion 200th episode is out. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, go and do that. I do want to put a reply together, largely for there was commentary that was started in about the 38th minute. Can I find out exactly where that was from my notes? About 38:40 through to 47 minutes, 53 minutes. That 20 minutes of video stuff I found fascinating and interesting, and also a little bit frustrating. And not frustrating, and I want to be clear here because some people on Twitter were suggesting that I was going after Fearless and Devotion for letting Mr. Williamson off the hook with questions. I was not. I'm not going after Fearless and Devotion in any stretch of the imagination. As individuals and for the work that they do and the fact that I'm a fan, there's no way I do that. But I do have some issues with some of the questions, and it's more policy and thought and debate and discussion pieces. And I'm hoping I can get a video on that. I've started to put the pen to paper on putting that together. So keep your eye out for that. And what's this one? I think you should have her make some Wrexham challenge coins. You know what? Let's put that down and maybe, because if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget things. Challenge coins. There in the tech end, I couldn't face the walk, so my partner took my son. That's good stuff. I hate the stand, the flipping England flag. Did I see I wasn't looking, so I didn't catch what was up there, Anthony. So I don't even know. Go to it from the team site, Team Money. Can't follow the game on iFollow. There have been a lot of people. I was talking on a couple. We have a Discord. I also went to Local Pundits Discord and was checking in on Twitter. For whatever reason, today is one of those days where a lot of people are having trouble with iFollow. So if you're having trouble with iFollow, maybe I pin this, and I'll type this while I'm talking. Here are the 3 fixes that I've had for iFollow that have worked for me. One is just clear the cache and run it again and see if that one's going to work for you. If that doesn't work, 2, log into it's not going to let me post all this. And log into any devices that you have played iFollow on. So if your phone, iPad, computer, laptop, whatever it is, and log out, then retry. And number 3, the other easy option is just use a different browser, whether that be Chrome, Explorer, Firefox, whatever it is. And that's worked for me in the past as well, after I've checked up those other steps. So try that. I'm going to pin that because it's been a weird day in that regard. iFollow. They really do need to change it. Followership. The other thing I was looking up, Brendan, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this. Within a couple of months, just to kind of give you an idea of the YouTube growth for Wrexham AFC, they jumped up, hundreds of thousands within about a 6 to 8 month window. Like, it was just insane growth. But, we were talking tens of thousands in a month. More than that, closer to hundreds of thousands, but tens of thousands. What do you think is the rate of new subscriptions to Wrexham AFC over the last 8 months? Any guess?
New subscriptions in iFollow?
No, new subscriptions on Wrexham's YouTube channel. They were probably at about,
I don't know, 3,000.
Yeah, no, we're down to 1,000.
1,000.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that whether that's indicative of the shine coming off, whether that's indicative of just it not. Sorry. Oh, okay. Um, Whatever that may be, this goes to the measure of trying to capture as many people who've been following Wrexham and got involved before if the shine does fall off, whether it does. Um, is trying to capture those fans and draw them in. And that's why I just find these I follow issues to be exceptionally painful. 20-1 being a shout out, 9-1 being another one. Oh boy, I see some bold calls. A couple other things. If you are over on Twitter, X, or on Twitch, hi, how are you? The chat is over here on YouTube. Come over to youtube.com at the Red Horde, join in with us, hit the subscribe button, do all that sort of stuff. The like button is down below. If you wouldn't mind mashing that to let the algorithm gods that we know there, that would be a massive favor. And here's the biggest request. We're so close to getting 1,000 people on TikTok. And I want to be able to stream this over here because that gives us the opportunity to draw in a whole host of more people who would end up looking at my ugly mug popping up on their screens over there, hopefully. If you get the chance, and I'll put it down here and I'll pin this later after everybody gets into it. But tiktok.com at the Red Horde. Go over there, hit the follow button, please, if you wouldn't mind, and get that through. We are 9 minutes away from kickoff. Did you have a score prediction for this one, Brendan, having seen the lineups now?
I do not agree with Stephen Reed's 9-1, although I like it. I am going 3-0.
3-0? Oh. It's either going to be like a 1-0 game or like a 3-0, 4-1. And it really depends on if we score early. I was at penalty kicks before, but now that I've seen the lineup and I know Sean is out, and I know they're probably tired and having to play players because they're short numbers, I'm going to go 4-1. Yeah, 4-1 for me. Here's a question I didn't get to back to you, and as I said his name, I want to ask to you, Brendan. Now that we've been kicking around doing this for 3 seasons-ish, and you're starting to get to know not just the teams, but a lot of the individual players, are you getting to the point where that when you see a logo or you hear a team that you instantly associate that with a certain player?
Yeah, or moment. Sometimes stadiums pop into my head because just I don't know, like Stockport Stadium and a few others. There's just things about it that kind of stick out to me. But yeah, it's definitely. The other thing is though we've also been moving along. Like I think it would stick a lot better if we were playing the same teams every year, and we're not because we've been moving from.
So are you suggesting you want to stay here in League One for one more season just for familiarity purposes?
Oh, by the way, I figured I'd taunt everyone like I taunted you last night.
Uh-oh. I don't know what you're playing.
I'm showing my Wrexham lager beers.
Oh, yeah. First with the tariffs, now with the Wrexham beer. It's just never ends. No, it's been.
All you have to do is just, get resigned to the fact that you'll be the 51st state, and you'll have all the spoils of.
You know what's fascinating is there's 2 things that have happened out of this that I just couldn't have predicted. Is one, there's a unification or unity in Canada that, I mean, we were fractured. Between the right and the left. And there's still a bit of a divide, but there are a lot of people who just said, you know what, stuff it. We'll put our fingers in the air to the south of the border. So that's been fascinating. And the other thing that's been interesting is there was no way our left-leaning parties were getting any votes in the upcoming general election here. And all of a sudden they're polling like 16 to 20 points better than they were a week ago. And I'm like, is there a rally against the right now because of Trump? Who knows? I mean, this isn't a political channel, but it's going to be fascinating to watch. I'm just pissed that you've got Wrexham beer. Australia has, I believe, their Wrexham beer, and we don't have our Wrexham beer. And there's Adam Cruz in Ontario saying, figure it out. And that's exactly it. And I don't even know, I think it's on the production side, because if I understand it, and this is what I'm going to have to do when I get over there, as I understand it, there are different local producers of Wrexham lager in each of the countries. I don't think they're exporting it from all over. Can we have a poll? Will Canada become the 51st state? No, because I only care about what Canadians say. And it's going to be skewed by the Americans. But and maybe not. Maybe some of them are like, we don't want it. But I want to get a taste test of the American Wrexham beer, the Canadian Wrexham beer, the Welsh Wrexham beer. Maybe I can get my hands on the Aussie one and sit down before a game and have maybe it's just an excuse to drink 4 beer, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like Guinness, and I even like Bass a lot. But the one in the U.S. I drink is Sam Adams Boston Lager. That's a really nice one as well.
Interesting, Swirly noticing that about the player fun, the lineups or the tunnels that players come out, and noticing that Stockport has a single file tunnel that's stuck out, and I'm assuming that means narrower than ours, which is they can come out side by side, where Bolton has separate tunnels, etc. Hey, Aaron. At least I believe Strange Realities. I keep saying that, and I keep getting guaranteed. But yeah, I'm scared. Will Canada be? There is only 1.5 provinces that I think that the poll would be closer to Canadians wanting to become the 51st state, and that's in Alberta and in Saskatchewan. And I still don't think they'd vote in favor of it when rubber hit the road. But do I think there's some posturing about it? Sure. What are you going to do about it, eh? Take off, you hosers. You'll never get our hockey team, eh? Build a wall and make America pay for it. There was
by the way, I didn't tell you, but I flashed up Andy's graphics, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah, and Andy is doing some amazing work back there with all the details. And he did post on Discord that he's nervous. There are League One matches going on today, but he did talk about the importance of the next stretch here in holding where we're at, because we've got to get through February in good stead, because then we've got 2 tough matches early March, and then another one with Wickham on March 15th. There will be a lot of shuffling between now and March 17th, and I think that shuffling becomes harder after that date. Anthony, I haven't, but I'm going to get the opportunity. We are likely buying our tickets today. We've narrowed down the windows to where we're going to be there. I fully suspect that I will be watching this team we're watching today in the racecourse when they return on St. David's Day, March 1st. That will be the one. The other games, what I can get to and can't get to, I haven't decided yet. I do have to do some family things, so I don't think I can go to every Wrexham game that's going on there, but I do have the luxury of Tuesday, Saturday while I'm there. If Canada merged, but what's the point? If Canada merged with the USA, imagine how good our hockey team would be. But what's the point? There'd be no rivalry. We'd just destroy everybody. Poor little Finland, who punches way above their weight class in hockey, just getting eaten up. Wouldn't it be any fun? So we're going to get things lined up. I haven't looked up who the referee is for this one. We're going to figure it all out. Last time we learned SofaScore was the way to go to get the roster and the updates, because for whatever reason, FOTMob didn't like to do it. And it doesn't look like they're doing it again. Canadian Premier League? Like, I do. Are you talking Calgary Cavalry and their win against the Mexico? I forget who it was. It wasn't the Tigres. It was UNAM, wasn't it? So who to watch for them? I mean, you're going to get their right-hand side. Looks where the magic is. They've got Sheehan and Adebayo on the right-hand side. On the left, it's Lolos and Matete. I've been impressed with Matete. For us, Revan on the left, Longman on the right, and it's going to go, they say, O'Connor, Scar, Brunt on the right. I'm fascinated by that. Brendan, do you have thoughts while you're thinking about it? O'Connor on the left or Brunt? Like, who should be where?
O'Connor needs to be on the left, and Brunt plays on the right sometimes. He's good there.
Okay. Because I thought O'Connor being midfielder was more naturally fitted to be on both sides. But it is O'Connor. I'm looking at the screen and can see him lined up that way.
He's never played on the right for us. And Brunt has played both sides.
Wife won't let me get York United season tickets. Shame her, Adam Cruz. You want me to send her hate mail? I will buy a stamp. To be fair, I enjoy the Vancouver FC games more than the Vancouver Whitecaps games. In a small uncovered stadium in Langley. It's entertaining. Waiting as we get under the ball. Bolton in their greens. This is a Christmas game. Green and red. Bolton going to be going. We're underway. Right from left. Wrexham from left to right. The Virtu Trophy quarterfinals. A date with Posh in the semis on the line. Are those Bolton fans out cheering us? They are. Is early pressure from Bolton cleared away by O'Connor, and it's going to run and get picked up there. Forrester all the way over on the right-hand side. I'm going to have to keep track as to whether that's where he's supposed to be positionally. Woo! Baxter with a hitch step. What the heck? Missed step and kind of gave it away. Marriott ran up and checked it over, and now we're going to get a free kick going the other way from a penalty or a foul by Fall. Wrexham. The chant is on. I follow audio hiccups. Anthony, I definitely will. I'm going to probably put it on the post. I'm almost a little bit nervous to put it on the post because I thought there's going to be people who might not like me. They're going to show up. Hey, I'm going to be here at 7 o'clock. But, I'm going to let people know where we're at. Yeah, let the maple syrup. But then, guys, I'll have to put cheese curds on your fries. And drink Clamato juice with your beer. Mo Fall shields him off, and it's going to be a long one throw just inside the halfway line. Up to Mr. Evans. Gorgeous George. It's been a long time since I've been able to say his name because I missed the Port Vale game where he played. Revan. How did he spin that one out, Brandon?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to figure out the physics of that.
Don't be negative.
I'm trying to, I don't know how he made the ball spin off of his chest, shoulder, up, over, around, and then out of play. So anyway, a giveaway by Revan for failing to do a thing. I'm not certain exactly what happened there. Run a little free, guys. Possession Bolton here that's Sheehan who's going to control everything in the middle of the pitch for them. I believe that's Toll number. Oh no, that's Johnston. Their back line's mixed up. That's out. Giveaways everywhere as this is a sloppy start. Born and raised in Wrexham, live and breathe Wrexham. I only know the living and breathing part. And George Evans with a throw-in that comes back headed at him, and he chests it out, and it'll be a throw-in for Bolton. 3 minutes in, and there is nothing to talk about except for missed kicks and missteps. Howdy, Dave. I'm told there's a Canadian, Charlie Trafford, who was with Wrexham before the new owners, but he never got on the pitch. He's now on the Calgary team. Bolton opportunity, right-footed, deflected, and that was a touch there, trying to get it in on goal and couldn't sneak it through. Was that Adebayo on the right-hand side? It was. Had the opportunity there as it was put in. He was probably about 10 yards away, and a dangerous one. He just didn't get the right angle on his deflection. And there's a bad pass by Evans to O'Connor, and it's a giveaway and a throw-in. Oh. I was going to say, surely they had to be calling the throw-in, but everybody continued to play. Thank you, Mr. Reed. The brilliance of that man for recognizing how glorious Clamato juice and beer is. I don't have to sing I Think I'm Alone now in my head while I talk about it. There are other people. Coming forward, Longman 20 yards out with an opportunity, looking, searching, left-footed. No, he's going to hold it. Right-footed towards the goal line. There's the cross. It's flat, easily cleared. Can it get past Cannon? It just barely does. Lolo's coming all the way back to settle that one down. Because that was, I'm going to just call him Cogley. Dacker's Cogley on the left-hand side, dealing with Longman. Charlie Trafford, yeah, it says Wrexham, but no games, and he's had 68 as a midfielder with 1 goal. 32 years of age. He's running out the stretch, I would say, I suggest. Lots of time in Scotland. Bolton with it. Hemming us in. There's Sheehan. He's going to work over to the left-hand side. He's found Johnson over there, 25 yards out. He's going to have a crack. It's up. It's dangerous. Curling and had to be stopped by Ogonko. Oh. Gives a hug to the post. He's okay. He's okay. He even gave the nod to O'Connor and said, "You're right." I'm just taking a breather there. That was dangerous. Curling shot from 22 yards out, going towards the right corner. I don't think that Ogonko had to get his hand on that one. I think it would have gone over top on its own accord, but he jumps up there just to make sure in any event. Oh, Mia says she thinks it would have gone to the back of the net. I don't think it was. I think it was going over. Right-footed outswinger. And that's thumped away.
Are there rules, by the way, about drinking on stream?
You can go fill your boots.
What was that?
Fill your boots. If it makes you happy. You say you see a 4-3-3. I haven't seen enough of us to be able to know. Stabbed back, Mo Fall gets it back. Scar is going to clear that one. Little history lesson, everyone. A Wrexham lager was stocked on the and I think that was in one of the Welcome to Wrexham episodes, wasn't it? But yes, Wrexham lager was stocked on board the Titanic. There you go. Pumas. That's. Do you think they could actually win down in Mexico and knock out for a second-tier Canadian team to knock off a La Liga qualifier? Like, that'd be crazy. And is that the equivalent of like a National League team taking out a Championship League team? I mean, I think the Prem's too much of a step. But I was trying to, like, what's the comparison there? Calgary Cavalry's only been around for, what, 3 seasons? And here they are taking on Liga teams and winning at home. Mind you, Mexicans don't play well in the cold. The Canadian men's national team continues to play all of their outdoor games in the wintertime against Mexico outside. They never put them in BC Place. So I'm wondering if that was just the Mexicans coming out and running out into 20 below and going, holy no, not doing this. Bolton with maintained possession here, 8 minutes and 13 seconds through. It's with Toll. Johnston, sorry. Lolo's coming all the way back to Sheehan. They're almost running at 2-5-2-1. Like, they've got 2 guys back, and then they have all the way up to their forwards coming back through the midfield to collect. As George Evans gets a steal, can he maintain possession? He can. It's chipped forward and just over top the head of Adebayo. And it's interesting. They've rejigged their lineup, as I was saying this, because they've now, instead of having Lolos and Adebayo, they have Adebayo up front. Yeah, with the purchase of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Canadian Nationals play for Crew and the MK Dons. They do. The problem for me is there's nobody who really fits from the Canadian national team with where I think Wrexham needs are. I mean, I would love to see it, but Ryan Raposo, I just don't see him being a big enough jump up. Schaffelberg, we won't be is too high, too above us. I would suggest. So we'll see. Whitecaps are expensive because they're relegation proof. There's something to it. But, man, the management – Vancouver's been a farm club anyway. We just ship our players out. Lots of possession from Bolton, pushing it forward, and here's an opportunity. Left-footed, outside the box, crosses on, cleared away by Mr. Scar, and it's going to come back to Cogley. He's going to push it an 18-yard box. If you wanted to take the life out of them, this isn't the way that you're going to go about doing it. As Longman, I'm looking for the exclamation mark flop on that one.
Oh, you got it.
Sheehan. Bolton just all sorts of control here. Oh, we lost a message from Des.
By the way, the Wrexham lager is very good. Quite smooth.
It's just unnecessary comments like that, Brendan. It's difficult to deal with you. Like, you don't have to do that. Patagonia Reds, how are you? Opportunity here in great save. Ogonko knocking that one down as Cogley busts his way through and from about 10 yards out on a run with the defenders closing. He takes the opportunity, and Ogonko right there gets large and takes it off of his kneecaps. Not a good start, this one. Just need Davis to get sick of the drama at Munich and take over for TOC. That's exactly what we need. And actually, with Davis, I think you'd want him as a wing back. I think you'd want him running the whole left side. Not for TOC, you want him for McLean. Right-footed in swinger from the left-hand side, 17. You need to get to 50% of the time, 89 points is enough. That's the way to look at it. Ogonko punched up in the air, not the greatest clear, and Mo Fall is right there. And a free kick. We'll take it. Looks like my joke went down well. Wrexham lager on the Titanic. Yes, it sunk well. Went down well.
So on that play right there where he punches it out,
yep,
somebody has to be yelling, "You're clear, you're clear." So he just grabs it with two hands instead of doing what he just did.
Yes, I would agree with that. It's also a different sport. Like, it's not like you're a left fielder just looking at the center fielder and letting him and calling off two guys, right? Because you've all got your people to mark and all that sort of stuff. So it's got to change, but you'd expect somebody to communicate. Is there a giveaway by Gorgeous George? Over the left-hand side, Matete into the area. He's going to try and get it across, and George rescues it, knocks it out, and we'll get a corner. This isn't positive play right now, and the longer Bolton stays in it and plays like this, the more trouble it's going to be. Dave says it's an 8 out of 10. I'm assuming it's like a clearer lager. Like, I think that Wrexham lager, from what I've seen in pictures, screams for Clamato juice.
No, it doesn't.
It's not dark. It doesn't have a lot of other notes in it. Far post opportunity there, knocked forward. It's in the area. Evans just gets a leg on it. It screws itself out, and Mary goes to collect, but he gives it away. Jesus. Matete, this is not enterprising, not creative, or we're just getting owned and spanked. One of the two. But Bolton fans are screaming. This is
It's not a dark colored beer. I thought it was going to be like a light beer. I thought it was going to taste watered down and awful, but it doesn't. It's nice.
Okay. Well, I will let you know. I'm going to drink it straight from Wales. How's that in a month or less? Which is nuts to even think about. But yeah, tickets not cheap at the moment. Alex joining the party. Thanks for that. We're just watching here. It's nothing but Bolton. That entire last 2 minutes was Bolton taking it all the way back to Baxter and now all the way forward as they just build up through the back. Matete drawing it back, and they'll do another build up through the halfway line, and there's a long kick down the pitch, bounces around. Oh, man. Lolo's pushing it forward, trying to get it to Adebayo. Not able to do that, and it's going to go the other way. We're luring them into a false sense of security. Yeah, the rope-a-dope. The rope-a-dope! I want something, though. Like, 15 minutes, the momentum meter is 100% down in favor of Bolton. Like, it's all blue. 80% possession. 80% possession. And as I say that, Marriott collects it and gets it to Lee halfway line. Just build a little bit here. Lee pushes it forward.
Lee's playing.
Lee is playing. Yes. Gets it over. Revan, 18-yard box cross, ends up banging off of a head. We'll get a throw in. That was sort of a disappointing. He had lots of space and time, but wasn't able to get that forward, and instead just bangs it off of Jones's head. Throw in comes forward, cleared away, collected by Tom O'Connor. Over to Lee, left-hand side, dancing, searching, draws it forward. Revan, he's got the run through, elects not to go back to Lee, and instead opts forward. Marriott gets hauled down. We're going to get a free kick from 30 yards out. Left-hand side. Good to know. The bottle Wrexham is better and stronger flavored. We'll do that. 3.38 out of 5 on Untapped.
Yeah, I didn't want to tip off that I'm a beer snob. I do not like drinking them out of cans if I can help it.
I just ruin it all with Clamato juice, so it doesn't matter. Which one's cheaper? Going to be TOC taking it high line. They're just 19 yards away, holding. Lots of space in behind if they want to do it. I can see Lee peel out, run a crow pattern around the right. No, instead, here it is. Far post. It's opportunity there for Scar. It falls to him. Gets cleared. Comes through, knocked down. Going to go out, goal kick. Hey, we got a little bit of something towards the net. And that was just the right amount of messy. It's in an area where it's dangerous, but it's still causing a nightmare for them, which is the type of stuff that you can get, like that Iwata goal. Can we talk about that Iwata goal? Did I said that to you, right, Brendan?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Rocket that Birmingham midfielders scored against Newcastle United in their loss in the 4th round of the FA Cup. If you haven't looked up that Iwata, that's goal of the season in all competitions in the UK. Don't care. What do they call it? A thunder bastard? Smashed it. Fall gets hauled down, pulls the I'm going to put my hand on it to force the referee to make a decision, gets it in his favor. You can stream this game, Alex, on iFollow. It's the only source available. It's not in Paramount. If you're in the UK, it may be on Sky. I'm not certain of that. Knocked over, Cannon collects it, 28 yards out, 25 yards out, gets it over to Longman. He's going to left foot cross, too heavy, and right to the keeper. Marriott saying, get it low to me. Get it low to me.
I mean, that wasn't a great cross, but he can use his left foot. So
David Wood gets a little bit more assertive with his statement. Hello, little man.
I come back.
You come back.
Yeah.
All right.
I come back.
Okay, can you go?
I have a gun.
Yeah, take it and go see Mom.
Okay.
He came back, everybody. David Wood, that's probably the right description. If Canada joins free maple syrup for everybody, it's not happening. It's not happening. There you go. Ian says Sky Sports Plus in the UK.
was that Evans all the way up? Oh.
Baxter with it. At least their goalkeepers having to touch the ball. I mean, that's a novel exercise. Scar heads it forward, doesn't get enough of it to find Fall. It gets headed away and cleared, but Mo Fall's able to get it back and draw it into space for TOC to save it. 3 men on him. He pulls it back to Scar. We're going the wrong way. Hi, Giselle. Nice to see you.
Why didn't we have more guys forward? That was we seem to be playing this defensively. Handball.
Mo Fall taking a dive there. And they give it away anyway. Evans, does he have time and space? He does. Gets it forward, and Brunt's going to go on a massive run. Holy 80 yards. Just have a crack and score it. No, he's going to lay it off to Longman on the right-hand side, 10 yards away, looking for a cross, pulls it back. There's Elliott Lee. He's got Brunt in front of him. He's looking for options. Spins back towards Longman. He's got Cannon in front. Tries to pitch it forward. Nice ball to Longman. Can he get there? Back pass, chipped in front. It's right there. Revan can't get to it, and it's cleared instead. by Thomas and the captain coming back and being able to steal that one away as it was sitting 10 yards out, begging for a foot to be put through it. And instead, it's chipped away. I could just see Revan coming, and he was like half a second too late, but you can see him trying to get there. Eyes watering, mouth watering.
I thought Fall could have gone over and helped out there.
Okay, I'll give it to Mark Griffiths, who said he thought it was just off when the ball was hit. But when I looked at it from the camera, I was like, that can't be offside, even though I didn't see where Longman was when the foot struck the ball. I was like, no way. He's running right along his shoulder.
Speaking, even though I didn't see it.
Yeah. Let me take my guess on this, having no idea where he was when the ball was thought on this offside decision. Other Vince, and I asked this question before, other Vince, which Vince are you? Because is Vince Hemmingson the original Vince and your other Vince? Do I have this backwards?
The good-looking Vince, right?
I don't know if I want to go there because I'll offend somebody. 29% possession, and the green momentum meter is eking a little bit towards Wrexham as Brunt tried to save it and couldn't do it. And here's a question that I will always ask about the Kop, that green grass that kind of shelters off that concrete over there in that left corner in front of the tech end. Why is it curved up like that? Is that for drainage? Somebody in Wrexham tell me, is that for safety purposes? Is that because it costs too much money to remove the lip there? It's not level. And I've always wondered why. Ooh, we got a Bolton fan checking in. A Vamoose, which makes me think international. Headed in, dangerous, and there goes Ogonko up two hands, and he collects it with his hands, Brandon.
Working on it.
Plays it forward. Long search. Up for Revan. Speed there. Can't get to it, and Cogley is the man back who draws it forward and gets it to Sheehan, and away they go.
That's a good defensive play.
That was a good defensive play. And I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought Revan had the speed, had a different gear there. He never found it. He just stayed in fourth gear.
I know. I was waiting for him to kick it in.
Was I mistaken? I thought he had more there, more in the tank. Nice pass forward there for Thomason, who pushes it even more forward there. Attaboyjo? Is that how Mark Griffiths pronounced it? Attaboyjo draws it back to Brunt, goes to Ogonko, and away we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate when the ball's at Ogonko's feet.
They were nervous on iFollow as well.
Yeah.
Lee gave that one away, tried to force a pass through three bodies, and it ended up being collected there by Matete, and he's going to draw it back to Sheehan. That would be a bold one. Dave saying, I heard Ashfield has made enough of an impact that it prevented Wrexham from going too big with another striker purchase. I don't think Ashfield is best as a forward. I think he's better as an attacking mid. Tell me I'm wrong.
I would rather them develop him as a mid, yeah.
I mean, you watch his possession and his control abilities, and we got to see them live. Like, it's not his right. It's not his foot. He's not a forward. He
could be the attacking mid we want.
Yeah, he's a ball vacuum. Like, everything finds him, and he spins in tight corners. He's not a poacher. He doesn't have the big boot. He's not tall enough. To me, like, he's an attacking mid and still can score. But Marriott with it, 18 yards, gives it up to Cannon. He's going to take a boot. No, he's not. He's going to spin the other way. He needs support. Longman's there. Cross coming. No, Longman's going to hold it. I think that was a mistake as he had red kit in the box. Cut in the left. Cut in, left-footed, up, far post. Lee can't get it. Fall behind, and that was a dangerous one. I'll take that. More of those, please, as Revan collects now 17 yards out, 10 yards out. Jones marking him right up against the goal line. Revan towards the goal line. There's the cross, spinning out. And that one, another dangerous one, headed away by Toll, put back in. And it's going to go for a goal kick.
Wow, Dave Wood with the technical. False 9. Whew.
So it's a forward who plays as a mid. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I think the message is the same, is that Ashfield plays best in a role where he's supporting the forwards, whether that be as an attacking mid, whether that be as a false 9. Fall got taken down, boot to the ankles, but maybe went because he's going down so easy, not getting the calls. Marriott inside the box, tries to get it, bounces off.
That's
gonna go
that's
out.
ours corner. That's going to be corner. Come on.
That's a corner. Wait. They're saying that bounced off of Toll and back off of Marriott?
I think it might have, but I was hoping.
Yeah, the thumbs up, you have to hit the refresh button. Oh, there's no way. That hit his ankles and went out. Well, whatever.
Whoever can raise their arm first wins.
Not the most egregious call that was ever been stuffed.
Hosey.
I got to get to... I'm missing why these are getting message retracted. And I can't... I used to be able to view them. I can't even view what they say anymore. W&G with the updates. Leyton Orient goes up 1-0 on Mansfield. Obviously, the biggest one that we're watching is the Birmingham game, I imagine. Maybe that... I imagine that's the one. Charlton also another important game as they look to try and draw things in. They're sitting 0-0 with Posh. Here, 0-0. It's the game started the first, I mean, what was it, 18 minutes? It was all Bolton. It's starting to go more 50-50 now. Long may that continue. Yeah, Stockport is away to Bristol Rovers, Birmingham, Cambridge United, Charlton, and Posh. Those are probably the three most important games, I think. Revan able to maintain possession, but he tries to clear it and instead pushes it out, and it's going to be Bolton taking over. It's just...
He can't hold up against pressure.
This sort of feels like, and I know you got to watch the entirety of the Port Vale match, where I only watched the first half, really, and then kind of got pulled away into other things. But it feels like the first half of the Port Vale game in that nothing's really connecting. There doesn't seem to be a rhythm. And if I, by the sounds of it, that Port Vale game, the second half, the rhythm was discovered.
Yeah, there's a little more energy in this one.
Whoa, giveaway. Longman just passes it directly over. It's dangerous, and Longman has to come back and rescue himself. I don't know what that was all about, as he essentially just put that right on the feet of Adeboyo.
The ball's fallen down like 5 times.
Yeah, I don't recall him flopping as much as he has, but it's definitely been a flop fest from fall. A fall flop fest? Fall flop fest. 3 times really fast.
I don't feel a ton comfortable with the ball at Scar's feet, by the way.
Brunt with it. How good was his run earlier? I kind of wish that he would have. I mean, if you're going to run it 70 yards, you're kind of obligated to have a crack. That's a nice ball over top. Oh, almost got there as it was headed away from Marriott, and it's going to get punched out and cleared, and we'll get a throw in. Are you with me, though? If you make that
was the one that ran that down, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Brunt who ran that like 70 yards forward. And if you get to, within 25 yards and you've gone on a 70-yard run, I think you have a full license to have a crack at it and just try and...
I always think that's huge when he and Cleworth do that, and they're able to get so deep because everyone's matching up on a man, and they're thinking, the defender's not going to be able to carry it too far. He's going to pass it soon. So they let him run all the way up until he's in a dangerous spot.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. You either lay it up early or you just go and have a crack, and he put himself probably too close to be able to rescue it. I think that, I don't know. He got to that point where I was just like, have a crack, take the swing at it and see what happens. Catherine, it's not a stupid question. They're playing at the race course. And so, and I'm not sure if you're asking the stadium that they were playing in or where you can watch it. The only options available for you are, if you're in the UK, Sky, and if you're anywhere else, iFollow. So wrexhamafc.co.uk/videos this year, not iFollow. Nice ball forward.
That's a good one,
Lee collecting it left, and he can't control it, and then it bounces around. Now he's pulled down. You bet. He got to get out of jail free card on that one. Oh, and he's getting a yellow for it. Was that on the descent or on the pull down? I
don't know. There's no reason to pull a guy down by his neck like that.
Yeah, but Sheehan, it wasn't him that committed the foul. So there's the pull down.
Oh, he must have given him
Yeah, he got it for dissent.
What for? Yeah.
Control, Brunt, right side.
Nice.
Long ball, searching for Marriott. It's dangerous. It's there, and it's flicked up in the air. Marriott trying to block him off, and it's going to go for a goal kick.
Look at the keeper. Come on.
Baxter runs into Marriott and takes like the flop straight backwards. He got close to me. That's like a goalkeeper in hockey. He runs into Marriott and then hits the ground, trying to draw the foul there.
Yeah, I just gave the Ric Flair flop. It was perfect.
Not good actors, those keepers, are they? Right-footed in-swinger from TOC. I want to be a steward who does the cop ends in these games. Just sit there all by yourself on the program and watch. Whoa, way too far. Scar, able to get it back in? No, and it's off at number 2, and it's going to go to us. Is he going to save it and rescue it? I think he should have left it. I think that Scar bought into that one. Did that not go off of Jones's head? And was
it did, but it might have hit Scar then next.
Did it?
Looked like it hit ping ping.
Ski Bum, it's only available through iFollow in the US. Unless you have gray market options. But I don't recommend them. But Sky in the is UK only. If you have a Sky link, don't tell anyone about it. Keep it to your bloody self.
David
Canada tried to get that phone to Mo Fall.
We'll guarantee that one, David. If Marriott scores a hat trick, we'll name a hotel chain after him.
Done.
Done and done.
Haven't made the connections, but if the Merritts, who built Ryan, New York, and you can look them up if you wish to, that's my descendants on one side. If they are descendants of the Marriotts, then I've got distant connection.
Throwing it right to Fall.
Fall thrown in near post, popped up, long post to Longman. Lee, I would have liked to have seen him push that right into the maul, but instead he pulls it down and he's got it now 10 yards out on the left-hand side, looking for options. Cannon's over there to help him. Sheehan's guarding him. He's got a yellow. Go after Sheehan the whole time. And there's
just pulled him straight down.
Horse collar, going to get a free kick. Give him a yellow.
Yeah, he pulled him forward.
He grabbed him like the middle of the 8, the middle of the 1, and just dragged him forward. Have a chat with him. And if you're Bolton, you're gonna walk over and make.
Is he supposed to be good, or is he just like a hack?
No. Sheehan's one of the best players. If you're to say to me, Sean's out of the lineup, who's the best player on Bolton's team?
He's really good at hacking people.
I would have to say Sheehan. He's the most consistent. He's Welsh too, isn't he? Yeah, Pembry Wells had his last. He was the captain of the Wales senior squad for the first time in their friendly against Gibraltar on June 5th, and captained them to a 0-0 draw. Refused to pay for Sky. I get it, and
this might be a better in swinger instead of an out. I don't know about this.
Left footer. Swept in, headed away. Evans has to play it. Referee was in the way, gives a shout to the referee, and then goes back to paying attention to Longman, who's going to drive it down the right side. Cross over, not high enough. It's headed away. Got to get it up in the air. Attaboyjo all the way back to try and clear it. Bangs it off Evans. It's going to be a throw-in for Bolton. 33 more minutes in. I don't want to get to penalty kicks because then I'm going to get in trouble for making that prediction. How are you, Puffer? Leighton Orient goes up 2-0 on Mansfield. Do I think Scar was the best choice for captain today? I do. And I just say that because who else is going to get it as far as options? Scar's got pedigree. He's played in the championship. He's center backs are used to being the voice. He's going to see it all from back there. I mean, I guess the other options for me, maybe George Evans. I don't know. Who else would I want in that position? Maybe Elliot Lee. But I'm good with Scar being the captain. But there you go. We have to be careful then of slamming Sheehan, Brendan, because he's got them Welsh roots.
Really? Yeah, but if they're Cardiff or Swansea roots, do we care?
Well, I guess it's far enough down south anyways. Is that Bolton fans feeling aggrieved? I just hear the noise. I'm ignoring it. Yeah, it's Swansea. It's to the west of Swansea is his hometown of Pembury. Learning new things all the time. Any opportunity I get to learn Welsh geography, I'm going to take it. Bolton with possession, working towards the halfway line, drawn back, and it's Toll all the way forward, right-hand side, crosses into the box, cleared away. It's stabbed down by Scar, and it's going to be a corner from the right-hand side. It's been one team taking swings and throwing all the punches, the other team rope-a-doping, and then they go the other side. They do that for 10, 15 minutes, and then it swings the other way. The momentum meter going up and down, back and forth with massive swings. So this will be a right-footed outswinger from the right-hand side, right in front of the tech area and the Bolton fans. Uh-oh, trouble. Right footer, headed away. Was that Mo Fall who came back on the rescue?
Yeah.
And Marriott got it up over top? Volley hammered, and just Mo Fall happened to be right there, put his head down and cleared it away. And here's the battle in the midfield, and it's left over there for Matete to build it up through Sheehan. Dale, I want to go early. The longer you keep Bolton into this, they've got no depth tonight. Like their players, they've got four options that are experienced off the bench. There's Johnston who hammers that one, and Ogonko. What were you doing? He paused like he wasn't going to collect it. Just go and get the ball.
Really worrisome sometimes.
Yeah, go and get the ball. Why'd you dance there? I won't be going to Wembley, but I know Jason Smith is potentially changing his schedules to make sure he's got a window. I am probably flying out February 20 to 24 and coming back to Canada March 20 to 22. I suspect. So 3 weeks-ish, 3 and a little bit weeks-ish. Whether I can bookend it with the Stockport game, I'm not sure. See, that's fascinating. I'm pretty sure South and North Wales have slightly different Welsh languages too. I grew up in the north near Wrexham, but I remember my Welsh teacher teaching us South Wales words. And it's always fascinates me with the UK being as small as it is. I can understand it back in the day that the accents were so different, but not, in different words, but not now, not when there's internet and TV. As Fall just gave that one away. He had his pocket picked, debated a flop, and then was like, wait, no, I've given the ball away, and that wasn't a foul. And there's Mo Fall again. Deer, and when he's got space, he's fine. There you go. Mo Fall laid the body on him. Gets it to Cannon, running forward. What are you going to call that? Nothing. You can't call that interference. He was it's manic. Everybody just running the ball forward, and fortunate there is Longman got beat by Cogley, but the ball just rolls too far, and it's going to go for a goal kick the other way. Hey, Deandra. I hope all is well. Thanks for hitting the plug there on that one, and howdy, Tug. Everybody's starting to join in from the lunch break at a game that's been nothing. Birmingham going up 1-0 on Cambridge. To be expected, and let's be honest, it's just crown them. Like there's 6 points up, 2 games in hand. Like you're not catching them. Just hope they beat everybody. Just hope Birmingham beats everybody.
You notice that they won't let Ogonko kick it. They're giving it to Scar.
That's the right decision, isn't it?
Yeah, almost definitely.
And I say that except for Cannon just gave it up and kicked it back the other way. So
yeah,
we are struggling.
It's a coin flip if Ogonko is going to be able to keep it in the pitch.
Deandra is literally in an antiquities museum in Colombia. You're supposed to be going north to Wales, not south to Colombia. We'll forgive it one time. Yeah, I apologize, Rosnezi. I'm not going to try to pronounce either of those ones because I'm going to get it wrong. I do know that when I went to North Korea, I learned I have a South Korean pronunciation because I got told I sounded like a South Korean by an elderly woman on the top of the Juche Tower. So I stopped speaking Korean because I didn't want to get in trouble with my South Korean accent. Is that going to go? Is Cogley, can he get there and kick that one back? He can, and that's just going to be easily collected by Ogonkwo. 40 minutes. This has been a bit of a snoozer. As Brunt knows that he's got Cogley behind him. Here comes Cogley now. He's looking, he's searching, and there's the long ball up through the middle. Don't get distracted by the local marching powder, Deandra. Toll with it. Playing catch over on the right-hand side with Jones. He's got Sheehan in the middle. Goes left-hand side. It's a nice thing about these competitions, and especially games like this where, you know, people are starting to draw into it. If lots of people are just figuring about it, some turning me off immediately. If you're still watching, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/@the-Red-Horde. We're here for all of the matches. Doing the watch-along. Nice little community building, 65 countries. Yeah, I don't think need, but definitely want. I mean, I want to suck the life out of them. It's a team that we've got 4 guys. 4 guys that can come off the bench. Osei Tutu, who's actually quite good. McAtee, who we know the story about McAtee, Andriucci and Collins are their 4 subs that have experience in minutes and capacity, as there's a foul called on Longman, free kick going the other way. Oh, and Cannon getting was that a dissent?
Yeah.
Referee. Yeah, it was dissent. Just walk away is what he said, reading his lips. The referee is sensitive. He doesn't like criticisms. He's given each Sheehan and now Cannon getting yellow. Ooh, danced beyond Marriott there, and then opportunity for Bolton coming forward. Get it up to Metete, 22 yards out, draws it over to the right-hand side. That's got to be Jones. He's got Toll all the way forward. Toll on fall. No. Really? That was an odd foul. I would like to see this one again, as this just looked like a flop. Fall going over. He kind of stuck his hand underneath his arm. The ref does not like dissent at all. So dangerous one here, 2-3 yards away from the goal line. 4 yards away from the sideline. And it's going to be a right-footed entrance that's revving out there in a one-man wall. It's a sharp angle. This isn't going to be a shot. This is going to be a bullet into the middle of the mess, and hope that it falls. They're going to hope it falls to the foot of a green player in a green jersey. I don't think this is going through the air. I think you're hammering the crap out of this one on the ground or mid-level. I'd actually pull a defender onto the inside shoulder of their forward there, Jones, just to be able to grab anything that comes loose. Dangerous, headed down, cleared away off the line. I don't know if that hit a back heel, and I don't know whose back heel that was. But an opportunity for Bolton there, and it's a kick out. I think it was his own man, and Robert thought it was their own man. It hit a back heel as it was stuck up in the. We'll take it, however that went in. Man, were we just looking to get to the half here? Like, what the heck's going on? To be fair, it is a solid lineup for Bolton. They've got players with more minutes than we've got that are out there. So holding on is I guess there's some success in that if we're able to do it. But here they go. Sheehan from 20 yards out. Shoots. Oh, big save. Holy. Ogonkwo able to get to that one barely with the right arm on the ground on a bullet from Sheehan, and the threat isn't over as Cogley puts it up in the air and Logman gets it back, and it's going to be a corner the other way. Show me the highlights on that one as Sheehan thumps the crap out of that, and I thought, oh, that's going to have that in the far post. That's going to have it inside. Right foot. Oh, big save. Holy cow. Ogonkwo up there trying to clear that one, and it's going to go for a corner on the other side. Yikes. Howdy, mumblings. Holy.
We got to get Arthur some glasses. Have you missed that?
Going to be a right-footed outswinger from the right-hand side here, taken. I didn't see how much added time is there. We're over 45 minutes. It's dangerous. Bounces around. Flipped up in the air. There was a shout for a handball. It's going to go all the way out for a throw-in. It's not going to be easy, but I do think that they've got some fatigue issues because they played on Saturday. They've had to put most of their lineup back in. They've got players on. They've got limited options on the bench, or they've got to put in their academy guys who don't have any experience. So the longer this game goes on, I think it starts to tilt our way. But also, I was hoping to put them to bed early. If you score 2 goals, 3 goals, as the whistle blows for halftime, if you would have scored 2, maybe 2 goals at least in the first half, maybe it sucked the will out of them. But that's not going to be the option. So, do you want to reset your game score? Oh, do we have the game score? Oh, I had 4-1. Nah, I'll keep it up. I got to keep it up. I'm going to go grab a coffee. Brendan, you got want to tell us your thoughts on that as a Oh, Cannon got it for time wasting. It wasn't for dissent. It was that kick away on the right-hand side. Weak. Oh, and Sheehan got his for time wasting too. See, I thought it was dissent. Maybe it's SofaScore getting it wrong. But in any way.
Yeah, I gotcha. Go ahead.
We'll get I will grab a coffee.
I mean, I have my frosty beverage. We have Very coming in and a few others. Woody coming in late. Now we just need M and a few others. Bring us all the luck we need for the second half here. I'll go to the statistics while Sean's off doing his thing. Bringing up the table first. Birmingham up, getting 3 points here. Really starting to distance themselves. At least from us, that would put them 11 points ahead with a game in hand. Stockport picking up a point if it holds. They're 0-0. Charlton 0-0. Reading, Stevenage, Blackpool, Rotherham, all in scoreless games. Yeah, they don't give us any statistics if they're not league games. Let's see what's going on X. Again, Sean and I have already gone over what we thought of the new cop. If any of you guys want to chime in about that. Giving us a halftime pick. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Stockport is worrisome for us. What are you saying? Brendan, this looks rough. This game looks rough, or I look rough? I thought I showered and everything beforehand. Yeah, we're not looking crisp today. Sean's of the mind that they're not deep. They don't have a lot of experience out on the field, and they don't have a deep bench today. Bringing up academy players if they want to bring anybody out. So he thinks that kind of a war of attrition here. We have a lot of quality on the bench that we can bring in. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't score, then when we make the subs, guys like Rathbone and our two starting forwards could probably make a big difference. So not worried yet. Not a fan of the number of opportunities we've given up. The effort hasn't been as poor as some of their worst games. I'd like to see them hustling a little bit more. And when someone goes forward, I'd like to see far more of the midfield getting up there. Right now, it's just 2 or 3 guys moving forward. It's just not enough. Reading stuff from Dale and Alex. Kim just joined. Yeah, Alex isn't a big fan of the brutalist brick. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of that. Just the overall design on the outside could have been, I don't know, could have been more purpose. It's just a random design as near as I can tell. And the dragon isn't as clear as I think it probably should be. Again, maybe that it's just because it's the renderings, right? Yeah, there's RKO. Classically late as usual. You usually wait a little bit into the second half, RKO. You're a little bit early. It's right at halftime. Although most of you joining in will hopefully give us that edge for the second half. I didn't even see my mother joined earlier. Oh, Sean's sneaking back in. I know, Woody, it's a metal facade. I think it's supposed to resemble the color of the classic brick made in Wrexham. It appears to be obviously a metal facade with the ability to see through it from the glassed-in side of the cop there.
All right.
It's actually rust.
And yes, Bolton, how many years in the Prem? Was it 12, 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 in the Prem, and then they had 2 runs of just single seasons before that, I don't think. Oh, they had Division 1 way back in the... Okay. So, yeah, they've been in and around it. I mean, when you start back in the Division 1 back in 1892-93, I mean, they've been long-standing, lots of history. They would not think that they're happy with this level, but this is now their fourth season in League Two, and it's been a while since they've been up. I mean, they went demoted from the Premier League in 2011-2012. They spent 2012 to 2016 in the Championship. They got demoted or relegated to EFL. They were finished second, bounced right back up, played 2 seasons at the bottom of the Championship, and then back down to EFL. Or into League One, then back into further down into League Two, where they bounced back up. So they haven't been even in the Championship since 2018, and so they'll be frustrated with that as an outcome. For this one, Brendan, what do you think we need as far as, is it subs? Is it just lighting a fire under somebody's butt? But it seems like this is a whole hum sort of let's just go through the motions kind of game, which I'm surprised about with Wembley on the horizon.
Yeah, I just think again it's like a slightly different group of players. I think they've now kind of figured out what they can and can't do, and hopefully they'll be coached up a little, come out with some drive. Like I was saying while you were off, I think that subs, someone like Rathbone coming in going 100 miles an hour would make a huge difference in bringing in, the class of the other two strikers we have on the bench could make a huge difference as well. I wouldn't be surprised if those subs happen at 65th minute or so.
Yeah, I could see that being an early subs for sure on that front. But I'm hoping that it's just figuring each other out is the option that's there. Mark, you asked which channel you're watching the match on, please. If you're in the UK, you've got to watch it on Sky. Anywhere else, the only place available for it is iFollow. So you've got to go to wrexhamafc.co.uk/videos and get it there and log in. If you're looking for further details, the website that I always use is livesoccertv.com, and it will tell you where the matches are going to be. I just got to close this one and open this up. And I'll put the link in there if I can get it to go. As I'm saying that, it's taking its delay. Mark, it is on iFollow. So yes, you should be able to get it on iFollow anywhere in the world. And if you're in the UK, you can opt for it to pick it up on Sky. And if you're stuck on any other game, go to livesoccertv.com/team/Wales/Wrexham. There's the link for it. If somebody wanted to copy and paste it there, you could, and it'll provide. So we know for Northampton, it's on CBS Sports Golazo, Paramount Plus, Sky Sports Plus. The Mansfield Town game versus Wrexham on the Sunday 23rd. There's going to be a Sky Sports Plus game. So that necessarily means and implies it'll be available through your EFL carrier internationally, whoever that is. They'll update that. Some of those they update as they go through. And if your country's not listed, you can click on it, and it'll go through and say exactly where you can pick those up. And I don't know what he is it being out coached. I just think it's a combination of we haven't played a lot together, so we're trying to figure it out, and a combination of, disappointingly to me, just not a lot of fire in a Virtu Trophy quarterfinal match. That's what it feels like. There's just not enough chutzpah and desire. But surprisingly, there's more from Bolton, because I would have thought if you're Bolton, you're sitting in seventh, you're on the road, you've just played on Saturday, you've got to continue playing. I would have thought that they would have taken it a little bit easier. I've been wrong before. Rarely, but I've been wrong before. So you're thinking Rathbone is the sub. Let's see if I can get a poll going as to who's first man off the bench.
Well, while you're putting that poll up, let me quiz you about some key guys.
Oh,
How
God,
you think they're playing? Longman.
Weak defensively, but he continues to. I continue to be more than satisfied with his crossing ability on that right-hand side.
Yeah, but not. He's had several opportunities, and not once was any of them really impressive.
He had one that was not the consistency of Barnett, but I'm satisfied with him over on the right. I mean, if you're telling me, Barnett as to whether he's going to usurp him in his position over there, no, absolutely
no.
not.
For those of you that may be getting carried away with Longman and thinking that he'd replace Barney, that doesn't look like it today.
Oh no, I would agree with that, and I would have agreed with that before. I would have challenged somebody to say there's no way he's. Yeah. The guy's been our MVP this year. Like, is there really a shout for like a serious shout for somebody to step in? So who's first man off the bench? Just hold on. I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to put a defender because I don't think that's going to be the option. So I'm going to leave it with somebody who I'm going to leave it with Rathbone, Barnett, Smith, and Rodriguez. Because I think I don't think we're going to be looking for Mendy to come in. Although he may later.
How do you think Revens looked?
Non-existent?
Yeah. What about Marriott?
I do want to. I'm curious about Revan. I want to go back on that late opportunity he had where he was coming around on the right-hand side for that layup ball that was brought back into the box, and like that's one of those ones where you see that And like, I was starting to salivate because I was like, if that's towards one of our players, it's just going to be thumped into the back of the net. And he was so far late that I was like, did he not see it coming? Was he out of position? Was it a misread? Was the pass too soon? But I'd be curious to see that. To me, Revan's been closer towards disappointing than he has been anything else. So who was the next one you had?
What do you think about, did you say Marriott and Fall?
Well, I haven't been able to see much of them because there hasn't been much going forward. Mo Fall has maybe it's a coaching thing at Wrexham because I don't recall him flopping this much, but he spent as much time on the ground as he has standing on his feet. Mo Fall is a tricky person to judge because he doesn't have the engine of Marriott or Mullen or those forwards, and he doesn't have the cagey, savvy sort of I can turn the game on its head with one great, brilliant touch. What he has is pace and raw ability. And if he's not busting his hump, he's got to be in the right position. And he was able to do that on his goal in Port Vale. On this one, it hasn't, the magic doesn't happen. And I think you get games where if he's on, he looks like he's everywhere. And if he's off, he looks like he's invisible. And I think he's been more invisible than visible on this one.
Lee's been pretty invisible too.
Lee's been fairly invisible. Marriott, I've been okay with for what he's been asked to do. He's come back. He's been there defensively. He's tried to squeak out some easy balls and some extra possession. He's been a nightmare to the goalkeeper and working his butt off. He had that potential turnover there on the right-hand side. Will says, I'm pro pitch invasion and a hostile takeover. Or take Revan off and move Longman to the left. I would be okay with that as a sub from Woody. If you want to talk about the best subs you could come up with, is put Barnett on right side and move Longman over to the left. And I'd give that a shot just so that we can see it. And if not that, put Barnett on and take off a midfielder and let Longman run in the middle for a bit. And then if it doesn't work, you can pull out Longman and bring in Rathbone. I'm good either way. Lee standing on the ball. There we go. We're underway. The clock can start to run as it comes back to TOC, and he's going to look to thump it all the way down the pitch towards Mr. Fall, and it goes over his head. See, and it's simple things like that just shouldn't happen. You have got inside position. That just means you didn't work hard enough to get to the ball, as that goes over his head and he can't jump up to get to that one. Maybe I'm just being overly critical, and maybe I don't understand how difficult it is to read that, but that just... And Mo Fall not able to get there again, and it goes over his head and is cleared away. And how many times do you see an attacking forward get to the backside of a defender hoping that they miss the ball in that exact same circumstance, and it like never happens?
Jeez, he looks shaky.
Is he just afraid of contact, Ogonkwo? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so it's not the shot blocking that he looks shaky on to me. It's the coming out and opting to play the ball. Like it's every time he's.
I usually criticize him for on his saves that he deflects it straight out. And if he had put that anywhere out towards the front, in front of the goal, there was a Bolton player coming in, and I don't know how much he directed the save that way or if it just went off his hands that way, but it went out to the right and that saved us a goal. So
TOC with it to Lee, midfield. He's going to draw it back. We're going to eke out some possession here. Scar gets it and then gives a kind of a lazy pass forward that Evans has to go and clean up before he gets it up to TOC. Switch, looking for Marriott. He's in the middle of the area. He just was trying to end up playing Johnston there. Got a little bit too involved and the ball snuck by him. Brunt steps forward, tries to eke out an extra possession. Goes the other way. Scar is going to head it down the line to Longman, chests it down, spins it. Well done by Longman to eke some possession there on a ball, but he's running the wrong way. He's got no option other than to go to Ogonkwo and try to recycle this one again. And how are you, Gamer World? I think it's been a while. I don't recall you being here for the last couple ones. Long ball up to Fall, and again, can't get to the header. That's 3 in a row that have gone past him where he's in front of the defender and can't get up to head it down. Somebody who knows more about football, tell me. Is that not part of his job description? Uh-oh. Holy. Lewis Brunt. Circle that. 47 minutes, 40 seconds. That's going to be an underrated tackle as that came on a cutback all the way to Lolos. And watch Brunt stand in front and slide tackle that one into Ogonko's hands. And
Horrible D by Revan.
What the hell? Revan just got beat. And my word, Lewis Brunt. Put the asterisk next to his name for man of the match off of that one, because that's just one of those quiet plays that you're just... Yes, it's impressive, but it's not going to get the big shout like a glorious passes or a bullet of a shot. But that was impressive. Excellent.
We're going on quite a missed pass streak here. We haven't connected in the pass and hey, got one. And we passed it to the other team. There we go.
Adebayo has 3 guys around him. Lee and O'Connor. George steps away. They're going to get a throw in from about 5 yards away. No extra time played in this quarterfinal. At the semifinals, to the semifinals. I can't tell if there's going to be for the semifinals, but certainly for this one, if this stays tied, we go straight to penalty kicks. And look, it almost feels like we're holding on right now. This is how the first half started, is just nothing but Bolton pressure and control. It's pushed forward on the right-hand side and defended there by Lee, who knocks it out, and they're going to get a throw in. That's going to be Matete. He's going to leave it there for the throw in for Jones, and Jones is looking into the box. He's got Matete to his left. Revan's sitting there staring at him and laying off. And it's thrown into the area, headed up, cleared away by Lee, and Marriott's going to come back and rescue it and give a little bit of help, but he loses control. It flipped up in the air, and Mo Fall. Touch. Well done by Mo Fall. Spins and holds onto it again. Well done by Mo Fall, and the switch is on. See? There you go. It's stuff like that. You're like, okay, he's got it. No need to be that hard on him, Mr. Driver. You can settle yourself.
Gee, who are you passing it to?
Cannon trying to get it around. He's put himself in. All right, free kick, and I missed that one.
I thought they were just dancing.
I
couldn't hear the music, but I thought that's what they were doing.
Revan able to steal that one as Lee does the tackle. The ball just rolls off of his feet and goes right to Revan, who's controlled it and gets it over to Brunt on the right-hand side. Brunt to Scar over on the left to TOC. Things a little bit more productive, spry, interesting as Revan just kicks that off of Sheehan's foot, and it's going to go for a throw-in. The chat gets quiet. 51st minute. Still waiting to do a thing here. A whole bunch of people watching. I think the message is nobody. If we end up losing this, we'll be like, we don't really care.
Why doesn't Lee attack there? Why does he swing it around?
I think it's because he was facing the wrong way. Longman that's a brilliant tackle. You can't give that one away. That was a great tackle by Bolton, and it's smashed all the way down the pitch, and it's one-on-one. Scar and Adebayo. Adebayo gets over to the right-hand side. He's grabbed, he's pulled. But he goes to the corner flag, and he's waited for Green. That's what good hold-up play by him is now everybody's over there. And Scar just knocks that out. I don't know if Lee could have turned and pushed that one forward. I mean, the reality is Longman 1 and 2 wasn't in a good position, and he just got it poked from him. Because here comes Matete. He beats Lee in the middle of the pitch. 25 yards, going to take a shot. No, he's not. Lolos gets it over.
Why are we giving them space? Get
so much space in position. I don't know why they're doing that. Everybody's just laying up. It's like a zone defense, and everybody's just like, the next defender will get him. He's just running along the 18-yard box at will. All I'm thinking is one of these times we're just going to have a crack. Yikes.
Get the subs early.
Yeah, get the subs early. And tell these guys they can sit on the bench for a while. Nothing in it. No drive, no juice. Yeah, subs are being sent out to warm up. Lee's going to collect it. Clipped up to Longman. He's going to go on a run down the right-hand side. He's got Cannon inside. Give it to him. There's a nice pass up to Cannon. Now he's got Marriott over the other side, and Mo Fall all the way across. It's going to go to Fall. Misses.
Who are you passing it to?
He was trying to get it around the defender because Mo Fall was right there. And he just played it about 6 inches too far forward. And so it got into the ankles of the defender and didn't get through to Mo.
I would have liked a cut back there to Marriott.
Yeah, I could have drove further in and did the cutback. The thing about that is I don't think Mo would have been able to hold up anyway to be able to get that angle. If he had held it back to try and get it around the defender, I think Mo Fall would have overrun it. So it's kind of a difficult ball to play. Revan with it, left-hand side, 35 yards out, 2 men on him, looking for options, draws it back to Elliot Lee. He's got Mo ahead of him. Mo holding it up. Is he going to leave it? No, he's going to draw it back to Revan, and they're going to recycle things through Evans in the middle of the pitch. Evans with it, searching. He's asking for TOC to go to the left. And TOC says, I don't have designs to go that way. I'm going to go backwards, and now we're going to go through the left. Lee, halfway line, up to Revan, pushed in the back, loses, able to regain. Lost himself, regained himself, and we still have possession of the ball through Evans, who's going to switch over to right on that right-hand side to Brunt. Nothing. So we're going to go back to Scar. 2 men on.
Did they think we're up 1-0? Did they realize what the score is?
How does that happen again? Like, that was Revan this time. You're on the right side of the ball. Go and get the fucking ball. Like, just let it land on the defender who's behind you. You might not be able to make a play with it, but get to the ball. Mo Fall, nice. Oh, I tried to drag. He had him in the spin cycle, and the defender hit the ground, and if Mo Fall could have got his ankle on that on the spin move, he would have had an opening. As it is, the ball just rolls harmlessly away. And hi, Sarah. Blackpool here. That's what Mark just saying. If it had come off, he's the next Dennis Bergkamp, but it didn't. It just looked a little bit awkward, but I will take that as an opportunity. Lee with it, looking forward. He's got Revan, and I like the fact that Fall has the confidence.
We need more forward. We only see 2 people.
Push, come on. Push. Holds off, 18-yard box, and he's going to draw it back to Elliot Lee. 25 yards out, lays it up. TOC's all the way forward. Gets it to Lee, throws it back. Hold. That's got to be a foul. Are you playing advantage?
Wow.
Grab the jersey of TOC as he was blasting forward on a pass from Elliot Lee. Watch this one again. TOC puts it forward. There's Lee and Marriott, and he leaves it there, and he's being held, and then he's let go. And the official goes, that's fine. That's fine. It's a free kick. Yeah, it would have been outside the area. I wouldn't have called. That's not a pen, but it would have been one of those ones from like 19, 20 yards out. Come on, Wrexham. I've been on BBC today watching the snooker. Options, Sarah. Options. That's something I do with my spare time. Darts or snooker. I don't quite get it. Beach Hunter South Africa checking in. It's been a couple of weeks, my friend. How are you? Subs coming in. 19. That's Aaron Collins. And 45. That's John McAtee. So that's 2 of the 4 regulars that they have that they can give minutes to. Coming in at 56 minutes. McAtee is such a hit or miss guy, isn't he? I haven't heard anyone shout push as enthusiastically outside of a maternity ward. Is Moist a Canadian band? A horrible name for a band, by the way. Moist. Rock band, wiki. Are they Canadian? They are. 1992. So obviously probably not known anywhere else, and I just didn't know that they were Canadian. I just assumed they were actually American. But they have a song called Push. What pitch is this? Are you talking about my singing, or are you talking about the race course? Oh.
What?
He got the foot up. So this is the referee calling the position and not the outcome. Is Elliot Lee puts his foot up and knocks the ball away with his foot. It doesn't hit anything but the ball. but he had his foot up dangerously high. So I'm going to call a free kick and push it the other way.
He also fell.
Like that's yes, he fouled himself. How dare you? TOC with an interception, steps up in front. He's got Mo Fall on his left, gets it to Lee. He's got Marriott on his right. Too late. Instead, he's going to leak it to Mo Fall.
Jeez, come on.
Yeah. I need to get my controller out because it's not working. Boyjo up to McAtee over on the right-hand side. TOC's catching up there. Crosses on, and Scar with the back heel flip up in the air, and it's cleared out by Longman. Goes back and finds Revan. And he's clicks it forward. Marriott not able to control it. You missed absolutely nothing but just frustration. There's not enough giddy up in this one. It's been mostly, you know what, it's been fair. To be fair, it's been equal. Bolton's had their opportunities. We've had our opportunities. Something happened in one way or the other. It's probably a 1-0 or 2-0. Subs are needed to be ready early. They started to get up at about the 52nd minute. I'm just going to look. We didn't look at the subs, or I didn't, before the half because they weren't on FOTMob. They're on Sofa Score. Possession 60%, 40% for Bolton as they're going to push it in. I'll come back to this in a second as it's cleared and it's Elliott Lee. Big chances, 1-0. Shots are 6-1. 6-1. Now, here's the oddity. We have one total shot, but there's been 2 goalkeeper saves. How does that? Oh, I see, because it's our goalkeeper saves. Never mind. 6 total shots to 1. 7 corner kicks to 1 for them. So the stats leaning towards them as far as momentum meter goes and the actual statistics. Other than, like, possession within the pitch has been fairly even. So there's not much in this. Final third phase, they've had a little bit extra. 64% to 46%. Well, and Lee giving it back to George, and they do the on-pod defense. Lee goes to break away, and George doesn't come and get the ball, so it's a turnover for Bolton, and they go forward. Sheesh. No, that sounds right to me, Kim. Max is warming up. Wife freaks out at all of my coffee purchases. We're sorry. My apologies. Leaning, like laying on the floor, is leaning on it. I think the biggest frustration for me through this match has been Mo Fall being on the inside of his defender, looking for a ball coming forward to him, and he free kick given away. Longman just pulling down his man. It's the right call, but being on the right side of the defender and not getting his head on the ball. Giveaway on the throw in. Mo Fall, I should have left that for Marriott, and now he's pushing too far forward. Can he get there? It's just laid up, and the referee says nothing, and that's the right call. Mo Fall stuffed that one. He should have got that to Marriott and let him, but instead he kept it, and Bolton was able to catch up to him. And there's Revan, nice little play there, gets it away, and now TOC has to clean up the mess. Ogonkwo. He had to play that one, and Ogonkwo just kicks it straight out.
That's what he
Substitution's
does.
not coming in because Bolton played early. Here it is. Dangerous 18-yard box.
Get on it. Push out a little.
Cogley gets it over. Johnson, left-hand side. Cannon with the pressure. He's going to draw it out. Toll, right side. Jones. He's got nobody else there in support, so he's got to go back. Toll, nice pass forward right in the middle of the area. 20 yards out, left foot. Nobody out there. Scar blocks it. And there's Mo Fall. Control. And then he just gives it away. Just trying to find Marriott, but instead he found Sheehan in the middle of the pitch. 62 yards. Got to get to the point where we need some subs because this is just getting to be nonsense now. We haven't done a really lazy flags up offside. That's a lot of faith in the lino. That is too much faith in the lino. And here come the subs. Smith, Barney, Rodriguez, and Rathbone. Wholesale changes. Smith for Marriott. This is where, right, Di, you got to be surprised when you sit there and you go, what's the subs that I'm watching? I don't think that's what you're talking about.
Fall coming out? No, they took Lee. Yeah. Who are they taking out up front?
Rodriguez for Fall. Dave, Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated as always. Not expected, but certainly welcome. And we should send it out there. If somebody wants to potentially look to help Brendan carry the load while I'm in Wrexham. So this is payback, Brendan. This is payback. He got to drink his Wrexham lager. I'm going to go to Wrexham then. Send me a message and let me know. And we can see what we can coordinate in advance as that one gets pushed forward. 65 minutes, Rathbone knocks it down to Revan. He gets it back to Rathbone with a couple of deft little touches. Pressure is on. It gets knocked out by McAtee, and it's going to be a throw-in for them. But Di, is that what when you said can't believe what I'm watching? Is it because you're sitting there watching Rodriguez and Smith coming off on the bench with Rathbone and 4 changes being made prior to the 65th minute? Is it because it's the 65th minute? Is the quality of the subs? Is it how poor the play was before that? There's so much taken from that message, Di. Swoosh good. Dave Foster's here. If you're over on Twitch or you're over on Twitter, youtube.com @TheRedHorde. Come over, say hi, hit the subscribe button, follow along. We do this for every game. And special thanks to our sponsors, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz, who make this ad-free all season long with their pins and their medals and their badges. Angel's here for goals. Let's focus on that. Rodriguez.
Angel always comes in, and then we get a goal 2 minutes later.
But that from Smith is exactly what we were missing from Fall, is that gets lifted up to Fall, or lifted up to Smith. He's standing right there. He does whatever he can do to make sure that gets to his head, and they maintain possession, and we're still moving forward as a consequence. It's not a lost possession. And Rodriguez gives it to Rathbone, and it works, and now we get an opportunity. Mo didn't do that the entirety of the first half. Revin, it was crossed over, but just stabbed away, and it's down TOC. Left-footed hammer shot, but not through. Straight through, right to Baxter. He's able to collect that relatively easy. And I don't know, what's the rule? Can the 2 come out? I haven't been using the Nicorettes, and I'm starting to get a little edgy. I don't have any because I'm trying to get rid of those before my trip. I need something. So don't mind me if I'm mumbling. It's for a good cause. All right, nice pass to Barnett over on the other side, and it's kicked out. It's going to be a throw-in for us. That was a good pass from Scar on the right wing. 16 yards. Barney looking at counting. Said he's going to go all the way back to Brunt. Brunt's going to draw it back to Scar, and we're going to recycle and look for the switch. No, we're not. Push it back through on the right-hand side. Brunt crossed in front to Rodriguez, who lifts it up, searching for Smith. He can keep it in. He can. Just not much he can do but hook it back, and Cannon gets in the way. Rodriguez tries to collect scrambly, but direct and forward, and I'll take it. Scar with it. Maintains control. We're a different team. We're a different team. Revan, well, he's not. Heavy touch, but he's able to collect it. Evans, he's going to have a crack. Right-footed. Misses over to the left-hand side. We're searching. We're searching. Do we waste 2 magic on a cup game? Not for the cup. See, is this going to need a poll? It was basically everybody that we put in the poll that came on, right? All at the same time. It was pedestrian, but I think it's picked up now. Rathbone, Barnett, Smith, and Rodriguez. We said, who's coming? The first man off, and Parky said, hold my beer. I'm going to make it all 4. Start a poll. Opportunity. McAtee, right footer, and that was horrible. Right-footed and missed by a good 2 yards over to the right. He thumped it. Good for you with the power. Do we use Took Magic in a cup game? Not.
Who's he booking now?
I missed it. Hold on.
Rathbone. Nice hustle, though.
Doesn't matter. And go for it. And we'll put these out there as the options. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to say. Do we use Took Magic in a cup game? Never. The other option I put out there was not for the EFL trophy, but maybe for the FA Cup. It doesn't matter if you wear the toque or go for it. We'll put that out there. 68 minutes. We're getting closer on the time. John Lane says not for a cup. It's not negotiable. Don't you dare use the toque. Ooh, I'm getting in trouble. Rodriguez, nice stab. Eked out possession. Rathbone bounced it off a player. Rodriguez gets it left-hand side. Revin. He's got Rodriguez looping around him. He's going to go to the middle of the pitch to Rathbone. Rathbone not able to control it, so he's got to draw it back and go to O'Connor on the back line. Over to Scar. Switches on. Brunt with it. Right-hand side. If you're still picturing it and you don't have it, Wrexham going from right to left towards the tech end. Bolton going from left to right towards an empty cop. 2.5 of the stands filled for this one. Cup final headwear only. Got it. I'm just afraid of putting it on, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work one game, and everybody goes, "Remember when you put it on for that cup match and you wore out the magic?" So
being dangerous here in the back.
I missed that. Sorry.
They're just instead of punting it down, they're just knocking it around. Pretty dangerous.
Well played and well called by Rathbone with a dangerous one, but saved by TOC. As there was a flop there, and everybody stopped and looked at the official, who just kind of went, "Well, what do you want me to do about it?" So Rathbone went back and collected it, and away he went. And here's Cannon, middle of the pitch. Thunder that one, right-footed. Scores! You knew it was coming as soon as you saw it. You saw Cannon going in the pitch, and you were like, "He's going to go to his right foot. He's going to go to his right foot." Stop, pause, deliver, right side. Cannon by name, Cannon by nature with the bullet. Right in front of the tech end, right-hand side. Glorious. We're up 1-0 with a date with Posh on the horizon in a semifinal. Brendan, was I wrong? Did you see that? Like, you knew that was coming, right? Like this.
Oh, you knew he had to bring it back. He doesn't have a left foot. You knew he was going to cut it back. You're just waiting. He's going to have a crack. He's going to have a crack. He's going to have a crack. And that's what he does. He's 22 yards. He's 20 yards, 22 yards out, and he's like, bam.
Oh, I love it. Hinchcliffe is like, all he's doing is staring at the ball. He's not a goalkeeper. He's just a goal judge. He told you how it went in. No toque required. Up the town. Angel coming in. That's just going to have to be how it works from now on. Bolton made some subs, and we've got 20 minutes here to go and earn our way through. That was amazing. Amazing. So Osei Tutu coming in for Adebayo. And he can play. Osei Tutu is very capable. So Revin all the way forward. He's looking up there for Smith, who's got a push on. There's a shove in the back. No left foot, but the power of 2 feet in his right, says Don. And you're not wrong. The tech end battling with the away end. Close to the top 11. I mean, the challenge is going to be, we're in a mess of games in that one. Because that game is going to be the week of the 24th, right? Which I will be there for, potentially, depending on when it is. Wait a second. No, can I move my schedule around? I might not be there for that one. Spoilers didn't even spoil it. I missed the spoilers because the thing is I was so engrossed with the game, because this was like, if you had an FA Cup and you were used to like when this player gets the ball, I do the following move. That's the window that opened up. You saw Cannon driving from right to left on his left foot, and you're like, he's got to get it to his right foot. And then you see him skip in the air and do a little skip, and you're like, that's what he's doing, is he's lining himself up for the cutback. Cut back, right foot in the back of the net. Thanks, it's over. Like if you were watching game film on this one and you were showing the defenders, you'd be like, this is what he does every single time. And it's glorious to watch. Long ball forward to Smith. He's on the right shoulder, and he's going to search for it. Ooh, he scored. If you haven't, by the way, EFL goal of the season, Smith is up for it for January while he was playing with Reading, and it was a goal that looked very similar to that one where he looped it up over top of the keeper on a one-shot half volley. And I was like, I've seen this goal before. Again, the controller, you're starting to know the players, right? Like I've seen that goal just from the highlight and was like, he's scored from here. And he tried it and it was just not high enough. And Baxter, I said Hinchcliffe, but I meant Baxter, was able to get that one. Smith has Forrester's number at the moment. He's got him working overtime. He's gone quiet. Toll with it, up to Jones, draws it into the middle of the pitch. Tackle there by Rodriguez. McAtee on the deck looking for a call, doesn't get it. Rathbone moving up, finds Rodriguez. No one said it's to Cannon, right-footed, blocked. Took a little too long to load the cannon on that one. Ravin with it on the left-hand side. He's got Rodriguez behind him, and he's going to cross it over far post. Nobody there, and it's headed away. Comes back. TOC is able to collect it and draw it over to Rathbone. We're not happy with just one. We're looking for more. It's like watching Mike Tyson line up the right hook, right? Just pushed by Cannon, a little overzealous. Jason Hayden, how are you? Just run through the stats really quickly while we're at it. Big chances are 1-0. We're the right for Bolton. Total shots are 8-6 in Bolton's favor. Goalkeeper saves are even. Corner kicks 7-1. I don't have a shots on target here. Shots on target are 3-2 for us. As there's an opportunity marching forward, and it's Scar going to be able to. Whoa, he gave that one away, and then there's a slip and a fall. Yikes, that was dangerous. Collins take it on Scar, and it was given away, and then he had to pull him down and kind of had to have a breath on that one because he would have been all alone going in. As it sits, they're still digging around here. Now it's O'Connor out there with McAtee. He's going to cross far post. O'Connor collects and hits the deck. Results in the league aren't going our way if you're following along. League One games rolling. Stockport up 1-0. In the 60th minute, Stevenage and Crawley are 1-1. Blackpool 0-0 with Rotherham. Reading up on Shrewsbury. Leighton up on Mansfield. And Charlton up on Posh. On Birmingham, way up in Cambridge. So everybody that's around us sort of getting points, but kind of expected that, didn't we? I mean, I looked at this one and was like, unless there's an upset, this is just going to be a troubling time, and we're going to fall to fourth on the table. With Charlton narrowing the gap, although we have a game in hand, and we'll make that up. And 2 with Stockport. Still got to get the points in them, but hopefully it lights a fire. Rodriguez punches it forward, can't get it there, and it's going to scoop over, and it's going to roll for a goal kick. Baxter will take it. Waiting for Baxter to get us underway, 77th minute. Right footer.
Oh,
High kick in the head, yellow. Red from Collins. Yellow.
A knee.
Yeah, 2 games in hand against Stockport, 1 game in hand against Charlton. We're 5 points up on them. We're even on games with Wickham because obviously they didn't play again today. And so they'll have Crawley. I mean, for Wickham, their lineups, their run-in for the next little bit's fairly straightforward for the next 3. But everybody has tough games in early March and mid-March. It's really those March 1st, March 4th games, March 15, March 22 games is really where the top of the table guys take swings at each other. And lining ourselves up to be in a good situation for that is key. Coming out of those 2 gauntlets with points is also key. And then it'll be a race to try to catch up and looking for help, or trying to tie a knot in the rope and holding on for the remainder. And that's how I see the rest of the season going there. Not much in it so far. It's been midfield battle. We've got control of it through Gorgeous Georges. Tries to lead up, hits the back of, I think that was McAtee, and it's going to go back to him. Wasn't McAtee. I was wrong. Who was that? Thomason. Thomason had come forward. Forrester with it for Bolton. 80th minute, and not a lot of play here. Thomason looking to find McAtee, can't do it. TOC in the way, sorry, and it comes back for Brunt. Sorry, just checking that to make sure I wasn't in some sort of trouble. Oh, I love how the chat goes quiet, and it always makes me panic a little bit whenever it happens.
TOC,
throw him in there, knocked out by TOC. Ball boys makes Jones stop quickly, and he goes to ground and slip and fall, flipped up in the air, and we'll take some 2 seconds off the clock with the toss by Rathbone. It's not over. It is 1-0. Like, we've got looking for time wasting on Rathbone on the ricochet that hit him in the shins. I don't think he could have moved in time if he even wanted to. Like button down below for those of you who want to hit it. Rathbone able to get it up TOC to Rodriguez, and he's just going to send it forward all the way to Baxter. As it looks like we're in park the bus mode almost, which is unfortunate because I prefer us going after it. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate the noise. Left-hand side. The sub Collins crosses in, flicked up and away, and Rodriguez is off to chase it down. And he's able to do so. He's spin it back and maintain control. He gets pushed in the back, and he gets it back to TOC. No, he's going to hold on to it, and TOC is going to thump it forward. Bolton takes control. Seriously, another goal. I need one. That's what I want. Thank you, Solar. I appreciate it. This 2,500 took a bit of a run, but I think a byproduct of me not putting together Who Are Ya videos and hors d'oeuvres has slowed the things down a little bit.
Get on them.
Opportunity here. Bolton into the area. TOC with the clear, and Revan advances it on. Smith going to go chase it down. Can't get to it. Goes over to Rathbone. He knocks it down. There's Rodriguez. Flip is on to Smith, and he spun him the wrong way, so Smith just collects it and holds. Just hold. Loud noises. Just a giveaway scar to Brunt, and Brunt was going the wrong way, and by the time he realized he was advancing forward, he ran to go and chase it down, couldn't get there. Another sub coming in. This has to be one of the young guys, no? Andreucci. He's had some minutes. That just leaves the 2 guys who have never played. Sam Inwood and Sonny Sharples standing on the bench. So they've exhausted their functional players for Bolton. And I'm on pause, Brendan, because I've got a phone call coming in and it's decided to mess with my setup.
All right.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Everything seems to be fine here. I mean, you're not seeing the game, but
Yeah, I'm not seeing the game.
your feed to me is fine.
Added time, Josh. There will be added time. What am I guessing? I mean, if they score, there will be no added time. It'll just go to penalty kicks. If they don't score, we'll just deal with the regular amount of added time. And what are we going to go for? Probably not much. There's 3 minutes.
2 minutes, maybe.
It's been no players' injuries. It's just been the goal celebration, really. Rathbone knocks it down. Not enough weight to get it to Smith, and so it's just cleared by Bolton as the way they go forward. McAtee takes a flop, or sorry, Collins takes a flop on the pitch. Evans gets it away from McAtee. Brunt thumps it down the middle of the pitch, and Bolton able to collect that one.
Why is Revan so far back?
Collins, he fouled. That's
Jesus!
a foul.
Don't call that shit.
That's a foul. It was a flop, but I thought there was enough in there. But I guess went down too early. Hey, good on Posh. Tying that up 1-0. I didn't watch the goal celebration, Dave. Sorry, I missed that one. Big thanks to all the members of the Red Horse Support Group. I'm Dave, and I have a problem. But are we the problem? Are you not adding to it? Open field pitch, Barnett on a full run. He's got Smith in the middle. He's got Rodriguez. Barney took it by himself. Did you see Rodriguez screaming up forward? Free up on a turnover. Barnett runs it forward about 50 yards. And you know what I said? If you run that far, you kind of have full license to have a crack. But I'm looking at how open Rodriguez is on a cutback pass. I don't know. It would have been a tough one to make that pass drawn across his body.
Smith's cutback was too late for him to see it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's how that one went. Five minutes until we find out how much added time in this one. A date with Posh, Peterborough, at the racecourse in 2 weeks looms in the distance with 5 minutes to get this through and one more game, and Wrexham goes to Wembley against either Birmingham City or Bradford City. The Chickens going to take their swing at Birmingham City in Brum. And if the football gods are out there, everybody's screaming for the fix on Twitter because they're like, yeah, shut it up for the American clubs. Birmingham versus Wrexham. I'm all for a little Hollywood magic and a Wembley story. And the giveaway there, bad pass, and it's Brunt who ends up taking it halfway line. He's got Smith chasing.
Press it over.
Smith never stops. You got to have the read on that as he maintains control there, and it's going to go out. And Smith kind of gave it dirty. You know what? That was a bit of a nasty look. Like, give me the freaking ball. I love that hunger. Max Cleworth. Are we going to take off a midfielder and park the bus? Do we do that? Cannon coming off.
Is it Evansley again? Max can handle the ball at his feet. He's fine.
Hasn't stepped up. Is Cleworth just taking Cannon's position here in the midfield?
He's a little dinged up, a little tired.
Come on, Wrexham.
Yeah, if they come up and pressure the ball, they won't have to run back.
That's just it. Well done there. Headed that one away. Up Cleworth now in the middle of the pitch, fighting for it. Loses it to Sheehan, and it's stumped all the way down. And Scar, last man back. Clear. Bounces. Nobody kind of wants it. Smith went to go and get it. It comes free to Cleworth. He takes it under control and gets it to Rathbone. And here we go. The push is on. Cleworth is behind him. So is Barney. Holds it up. Waits. Leaves it for Barney. And it's got to go back. Yeah, that's the smart decision. Rathbone looking, and he's going to draw it back. 87th minute, 88th minute. We're counting away. Max at midfield. I don't know what we need for an alarm for that one. Do I change the lights in the background? I don't know. Can't even tell what's going on. Blinky, blinky, blinky. Max at midfield. Revan turns his man, maintains control. Well done by him, just to eke out more time and more possession. And he's going to draw it back to Revan all the way to TOC.
Come on, bring it.
Opportunity there. Smith is pointing.
There it is.
Pass. Oh, that was a desperate stop, and it could get stopped by the keeper. Ken Baxter gets it. That was a desperate play by Johnston to get back and keep that one away, as that was damn close to being something special. And well done, Shrewsbury. Do a thing. That was nice service.
That's a long cross for TOCs. Nice.
Max, our joint top scorer this season. We'll put him up front. Collins with it, 35 yards out, gets it up to the left-hand side. McAtee, Bolton coming forward, last gasp stuff out to Osei Tutu on the left-hand side. Osei Tutu inside the area, 18-yard box. He's searching, he's dancing. He draws it back. That's Cogley. He's got Sheehan to his right. He's going to pull in. Shot. Bangs off of Evans. It's loose. Coming to McAtee. Danger! Oh my word! Whoo! And that got past Algonquin. I thought that was in, and I don't know if it just touched Algonquin and went wide, but it stays out with a minute left and still possession by Bolton into the area. And it's now Evans who's got it. Just calm and cool is gorgeous. George walks it out. Well done. Doesn't get too excited. Draws it back. We maintain possession. And it's Brunt now with it, who's going to thump it down the pitch. Howdy, Alex. Stay tuned with us as we go through the last couple of... That was an unnecessary what the hell moment. And that's going to go on a bad switch pass, and Barnes just going to pump it towards the midfield, where they're going to try and collect it there through Thomason, who sets it up. Thomason back to Johnston, left-hand side. Cogley moving it forward. Osei Tutu now 20 yards out. Barnett guarding him. Back comes Brunt. No, Kluwer at the guard. Far post, too heavy. Just out, easy as take your goal kick. I want to see, does this, here's the shot. McAtee, it doesn't hit anything. He just misplayed the angle. And I don't know if I think Ogonko actually had it covered. Had it been further inside, it would have hit Ogonko. Intentionally, Ogonko played that one perfectly, that he only gave up from the post out. Heart-stopping moment, but we're all back at it. 4 minutes of added time. Where did they find that?
Making it up.
And for the first time, we hear a Wrexham chant echoing through. Try and get them across the line here. If they score, penalties loom. If Bolton... Smith, that's going to be a foul. Dangerous challenge there. It has to be a yellow. That was Johnston just clattering into Smith. Is he checking with his lino? He's just going to give him a yellow. I mean, he didn't play the ball. It's up in the air. It was headed there by Rodriguez.
Oh, wow.
Like that's to me, it's the fact that he made no attempt at the ball.
No, knees right to the ribs.
Oh, it wasn't Rodriguez. It was Smith. I thought it was Smith the first time. The replay made me think about Rodriguez. Dance it into the corner for 3 minutes. I'm absolutely there for it. Do we eat a yellow because yellows in the trophy don't mean anything unless you pick up 2 of them. And I'm pretty sure they get recycled for the final. So eat a yellow for time wasting. Eat 3. A foul there. Evans taking down McAtee. McAtee's been battered about in those minutes that he's had out there as he goes limping down the pitch. They played quick from like about 8 yards away from the spot of the foul, but the referee allows it. Osei Tutu dancing forward. He's got Kluwer and Barney out on that right-hand side blocking him off. Dancing in tandem, and it hits Barney, and they just recycle. That looked like a foosball game where you got the defenders just right in front of him as they're dancing, just back and forth. Blocked it out, cleared it. minute and a half until we get to the 94th minute mark as Barney and Kluwerth put forward the foosball defense. That was McAtee was there. Oh, Revan, you got to do a better job clearing that. Half clear, and it's going to go out for a corner.
Jesus.
Oh, they give it the goal kick. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. That was a bad call. That was a bad call. How did that go as a goal kick? Scar got it up. Revan had his chance to clear. He whiffs on it on the top of his ankle. That's on him. That's on him. That's on him. That was on us. I'll take it. I don't know. I don't care, says whoever's doing the color. Hold. 30 seconds left. Smith gets it up. Rodriguez pushes it over, maintains possession. They're going to go forward towards the corner flag, and Smith is just going to hold it. Oh, offside given. And then 94 minutes is coming up here in 10 seconds. Smith gets close to, just not close enough to the ball. I wish Revan performed better. He's my favorite Star Wars character. The whistles are going through the race course as they try to get the whistles to play. Rodriguez gets it, kicks it down the pitch. And it's just going to go out for a throw in. Smith stands. Let's expect this to be the final whistle as it comes to Baxter, and the whistles get louder and louder. If you're Baxter, you got to thump it down the pitch. If you want to have the ref put his whistle away, you got to get it close to a dangerous territory. Osei Tutu thumps it up in the air. Barnett looking to go and get it. Barnett trying to clear it again. It's pushed out by Kluwerth, and it's there for a throw-in. There it is. The whistle blows. We're off to the semifinals of the EFL trophy, the Virtu Trophy. One more win to Wembley. We're the famous Wrexham FC, and we're going to Wembley. One more win. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but we will have a home match against Peterborough, and that one will be the week of the 28th. I can see why people think Wrexham by the refs, because this ref has been terrible. He's been terrible throughout, though. Like those, you knew we were going to have an interesting officiating exercise when Sheehan got that yellow card for time wasting or complaining, and then Cannon got the same thing. Win's a win, helps with the confidence moving forward. We are back here on Saturday and Sunday for the men, and then for the women. Though for the men, we've got Northampton Town away. It's an interesting stretch here. They've made the Leyton Orient game on a Tuesday. Man, did that peeve off Leyton Orient fans to announce that game a week in advance and have Leyton Orient and its fans have to travel across the country to get up to Wrexham for a Tuesday afternoon game, or a Tuesday night game, a Tuesday afternoon game for us, a Tuesday night game. Irked them. It did. But anyway, it's Saturday away, Northampton Town. Tuesday the 8th, or Sunday the 16th, will be Wrexham AFC women taking on Swansea women in the Adran. No, it's not it's the FA trophy. It's the Welsh Butte Energy Trophy. Then you've got us back here Tuesday the 18th for that makeup game against Leyton Orient. And I don't think there's a lot of games on that Tuesday one. I'm going to have a look because I think that's largely going to be us getting back our makeup game that we've got against most teams. If I go back to the Tuesday, yes, just 6 games on that Tuesday. Wigan, Shrewsbury, Huddersfield, Mansfield, Lincoln, Stevenage, Burton, us, Wickham, and Bristol. So a couple of games. Huddersfield. For the teams that are near the top, that's largely the makeup game for all of them to make that one up, except for Brum.
We did drop to
fourth.
Wrexham.
We did, but who cares? I mean, I'm not worried about it at all.
Got 2 in hand, though.
We've got 2 in hand. Look, would I have expected Birmingham to drop that to Cambridge United? No, they're going to win that game every day. So you put it up. They already have those 3 points in my eyes. Do I think Stockport's going to lose to Bristol Rovers? No. But do I hope that Bristol's able to take points? Sure. make it easier for us. That one game's still up there. I'm celebrating that Charlton dropped points, or is dropping points to Peterborough. That's good news. And Leyton Orient kind of doing weird things. They're all over it. They fall off of it. They're all over it. Right now, they're thumping the crap out of Mansfield Town. We are in control of our own destiny. That's how I feel. And I know that Wickham's ahead of us by 4 points, but I still feel that if we perform and get our average of 2 points per game on the way going forward to get us up to 89 points, we're set. That's all we need to do. Focus on it, get it done, win our games. Onward to Peterborough. That's going to be the 25th. And so that's the stretch is we've got a busy one. And I feel sorry for Brennan because I'm going to be abandoning him. So you've got Northampton Saturday, Leyton on Tuesday, Mansfield on Sunday. And I should say that Mansfield game on the 23rd, we're going to start that one at 7:00 in the morning, or start it early, 6:30. We're going to go, the women start at 9:10 in the morning for their final match of the Adran Premier first half of the season, where they find out if they win that match, they're in the top 4 and they play the tougher teams. If they lose that match, they're in the bottom 4 and they play the weaker teams for the rest of the season. That's the split. So that game starts at 9:10 our time, my time, 12:10 Eastern time, 5:10 out in Wales. So we'll be there for both games on the same stream. And then we follow the 23rd with the game against Posh on the 25th. And then we play Bolton, arrested Bolton, because they won't be playing in the EFL trophy. We will on that Tuesday. We'll be playing them on March 1st. And that's the difficult run. March 1st, March 4th. We got to get through those games against Bolton and Huddersfield, because then we have Wickham and Stockport on the 15th and the 22nd. And on the 1st and 4th is when all of the other teams like Wickham, Huddersfield, Birmingham, Stockport, they all have tough games that week. So it's all on. Like, get stuck in. We're going to be watching the scoreboard all over the place. And Brendan, sum up that one. Sum up what's to come. What do you think?
We got some of our bench players some time, which was good, and we moved on.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that needs to be said.
What do we look forward to this weekend? I haven't even looked. I mean, there's still games playing here. Still time for a Stockport draw. Yeah, we can all cheer for Bristol Rovers to find something. But
yeah, I just think we gotta start stacking some wins, get on a good streak here.
Yeah, it's in our hands. I don't want to have to scoreboard watch. And yes, teams are going to get points around us, and that's all fine and dandy. I just take care of our own business, and we'll be fine. And so if we are going to scoreboard watch, so Northampton, that's a 4:30 in the morning start on Saturday, Brendan. We're going to be up anyway. Do we just follow along with either Wigan, Stockport, Birmingham, Charlton, Barnsley, Huddersfield, Crawley, Wickham?
Yeah, if there's a good match, sure.
Yeah, there's a couple. And much better win's a win. Thanks, Red Horde family. And indeed, a couple other things just before everybody leaves to set out there. First off, as always, special thanks to our sponsor, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. If you're looking for pins, I'm going to have to pack these in a suitcase as well. If you're looking for pins, badges, those sorts of things, reach out to them and they'll take care of you. Free artwork, free shipping. If you're looking for badges for work purposes, if you're looking for medals for giveaways and sports competitions and racing competitions and that sort of stuff, do your thing. Thank you, Jeannie. Third donation, it's a cup of coffee or a pin. I don't know. What was I saying before that? So Ultimate Promotions. The other thing, before you go, please do me the favor, if you could, go over to TikTok and find the Red Horde, or go to tiktok.com @the-Red-Horde and give a little follow there, trying to get up to 1,000 so that we can stream there and increase the size of the family and the exposure to the club and to us. So it would be massively appreciated if you do that. And other than that, the like button here, might as well hit that before you go to say thank you and get that going. Team play with new strikers is very encouraging. I'm with you there. That's probably the biggest takeaway is I feel much better about our opportunity to score and not just that, to play around the ball. Smith is a bit of a pit bull. Marriott had himself a decent game. Mo Fall had moments of positive signs, but it's all there. So yeah, we're into the busy one. It's and do I start looking to put together the run-in graphic too early?
Yeah, we're gonna have to pretty soon. We're gonna be scoreboard watching. I think I'm just gonna. I think I came up with a way to have a window full of scores. Not that W and G isn't helpful, but we might want a ticker going soon.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I thought we were going to have something that he could control, but if it's the alternative is you just having control of it, I'm all for it. And I don't know if it's telescore and you've expanded it or what it is, but and I'm happy to help you test it. So Scar played well. I don't know if we have a man of the match. I just love the goal. I love the goal just because we knew it was coming from about 10 seconds before it happened. Like Cannon sent his own spoiler out. It's basically what happened. And said, this is what I'm going to do. Just looking around at the scores, hitting the refresh button to see what's out there. Or maybe we hold on to see exactly where this is. Our form is dictating the need to watch the scoreboard. Maybe. But I'm feeling a lot better about it recently and since the window closed. Birmingham's still up 4-0, thumping the hell out of Cambridge. Shrewsbury and Crawley looking to get points in their matches against Peterborough. And it's Reading, right? Is the other one? No, Reading has Shrewsbury.
Yeah, there's no Took magic when Angel joins late and gives us all the luck.
Crawley Town with a late goal. They just scored to go up 2-1 in their match against Stevenage, which takes the wind out of sails out of a Stevenage team that had been growing and bolstering its way up. I'd love to see a late goal in Bristol. Like that would be the best outcome, but do I expect it? Probably not. 2 minutes to go there, and so we'll do that. The goal. What was your take on that, Brendan? Did you say Ogonko played that one perfectly, or did you say he was just a little bit lucky to get some help?
I'm not sure. I guess if I'm going to criticize him for every time that he blocks a ball and it comes straight out and that gives them a great shot, then I have to compliment him when it goes out wide to the right. There was a player coming down right on the ball. If that had popped forward even a little bit, it was a goal. So it worked out well. That's the first time I've ever seen him really kick one wide. So I question whether or not it was on purpose, but I'll give it to him and say, nice one. Please keep that up.
Thanks, Ted Claney, for joining. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Red Horde. Anybody else that's there, feel free, hit the subscribe button. You'll get the updates. We're here for every watch party, and I'm hoping to put together some other videos, but always seems to be a bit of a battle. Just looking at the Bristol Stockport County game for their matchup. They've got they're into their 89th minute there. The position it is Bristol Rovers with the momentum meter as it sits right now. 49%, 51% is the ball possession. The XG though, 0.2 to 1.28. Shots are 5 to 10, so it seems like it's a lot of possession, but not a lot of opportunity for Bristol as they're pushing things forward there, and we're waiting. Substitutes for Stockport late. Mika Hamilton in for Jack David. So keep an eye on that one as it goes through. Other than that, I'll take the Charlton draw. The Leyton Orient doing its thing against Mansfield. Which
Charlton also has Birmingham next too.
Well, that's one way for them to potentially eliminate themselves from the competition. They'd be at 31 matches played. That's more than most.
Yep.
And sitting at 48 points, trying to chase down sixth place. You've got Leyton Orient, Bolton, Reading. But man, Barnsley has done the fall, eh? 43 points. I think they came into the new year with 42. Wrexham improved their halftime of 0.0 expected goals. I didn't even look at it. Was it a 0.0 expected goals? Would have been close. It was certainly not the most enterprising. That's been my word of the day, I think. The most enterprising day. Somebody score in Bristol. Just do that. I'm going to stay on while we do this. Did you see did you watch the Fearless in Devotion 200th episode live special with Mr. Williamson?
I did watch I thought the last one. I didn't know it was live. I wasn't paying attention. It's just the three guys, right?
Well, there's four, but there were three.
Well, Tim
for
wasn't
live.
there. I just watched.
No,
one.
Tim was there. It was there. It was
Okay, so I missed that. Are you talking about when they were interviewing people at the bar?
Yeah, it was the live interview. So all four of them were there for the preview, the first half, the first 25 minutes of the episode, and then they went to the live that they did at the Masguin, and they went through their conversation with Mr. Williamson. And I'd heard tidbits about the answers and some of those things, and people said they were upset. On Twitter, I had some people take me to task, which is fine. I like criticism, and it's to suggest that I was clickbaiting it, and I was like, no. From what I've heard, the people didn't like some of the answers, and I said, but I haven't heard it, and so I've listened to it, and I get some of the answers. I don't agree with them, but I think as far as matter of degree, it's not incompetence rather than it is just, I still think a mistake. And so I want to put a video together about what I think those mistakes were. No way. Bristol goal. Where? Somebody show me where. I'm trying to go back. I had it open. Now I closed it. I'm waiting for FOTMob to update. 92 minutes and I still don't have it being updated. Goal, Bristol Rovers 1-1. Sil Swinkles, Bristol Rovers header from the center of the box to the bottom right corner, assisted by Matt Butcher following a set piece.
Hang on.
But
Just
then Charlton
for
scored. Stop. Everybody's scoring goals, so we'll sit here and wait until the table actually settles. Because we're all trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, did I wake up my son who's trying to have a nap? I might have. I'm getting excited. Ooh, I'm in trouble. I don't know if they're moving to the 26th. I thought they were doing it on the 25th. That's what I thought I had seen. I can go to X and find out the Peterborough game.
John, you got to count up how many you've done. 200. You're probably over that with the streams.
Yeah, I mean, what do you count? What do you count? Do you count the just the live watch-alongs? Do you count all of the other things in the after 90 minutes?
I would guess you're at least 150 watch-alongs.
Yeah, I have to look that one up. How's Marriott looking? Said Will.i.am on Twitter. Hi, could you drop me a DM? No, I don't know if I can do that. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. Receiving instructions.
Time to wrap it up, I guess.
Brian, there are going to be 70,000 seats available, 35,000 on each side. If you want a ticket to that, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be available. I don't think that there's going to be any challenge. Wrexham has a lot of fans, and if you're with the Charlton athletic manager, a lot of followers and fans that are building. And so, yes, if you can make it, plan to go. You'll be able to find tickets for it, and so go ahead and do that. Waiting on the scoreboard to do that, and I received a message from somebody who's a presenter, journalist, and producer. So I don't know what that's all going to be, but I recognize the organization, so maybe that'll be something fun. We'll follow along with that. That's the first time that's really happened. That's why I thought I just got spam. But it's not. That's legit. So Stockport's still sitting there 1-1. I'm trying to find out whether it's finished or not. And I've got a kid crying in the background. Can you guys hear that?
Really? Because when I go to the FOTMob thing, it says 1-0 in the 95th minute.
Oh, did they take the goal away? It was up. Because they said it went into the bottom right corner. I'm not making that up. Bristol Rovers Stockport. No, it's 1-1. 95th minute.
Now just went 1-1.
Match ends. Just ended. Bristol Rovers 1, Stockport County 1. Charlton Athletic sitting there 2-1. There was a red, but for Peterborough United, Fernandez took it in the 58th minute. Mothersill was able to connect on a penalty, in the 63rd minute to make it 1-1, and Gillespie just scored in the 89th. So they're sitting in 94th minute with 6 minutes of added time to run in that one. So that game's still alive. Hit the refresh button on the table as we go through to see if there's anything else that's out there. Charlton 2-1, Leyton Orient 3-0. It's really just the Stockport game that matters, and arguably the Reading Shrewsbury game, which is on the 82nd minute. We won't wait for the end of that one. We'll wait till the end of the Charlton one. Again, for a reminder, we are here on Saturday. We bright and early. It's a 4:30 in the morning start. I will try to be on and get that one in and have it all fired up. And then we'll probably watch at least one afterwards. And we'll see how that one goes because nothing else will be going on. So we might as well just carry it on from early in the morning for me. So expect 2 of those matches to be held on Saturday. Then Sunday, you're going to be here to watch the women. Deandra and Brandon are going to watch Swansea in the Butte Cup. That one's in Wrexham, right? It's the final the following weekend that's in Wales. Yes, that one's at the Rock. And so that one will be available. And then we're back here on Tuesday for Posh and I was going to confirm that. Somebody asked to confirm the time of the Wrexham Peterborough game and whether they would move it to the Thursday. And I don't think that they're going to. I thought I already saw the announcement that if they were to win, it would be on that week. But Peterborough,
4:30 West Coast time zone, West Coast of the United States and Canada.
Yeah, on Saturday, 4:30 in the morning. That's
Sean's letting you know what time he's getting up in the morning.
I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning. Yes, 4:30 in the freaking morning. I don't have the time. Peterborough United. That's from 3 hours ago from Pure. No, nothing. No formal announcement, but I'm fairly certain that it's going to be referee corruption at its finest. Everyone else back in Peterborough and Birmingham now. Danbury. I love Twitter. Like, what corruption happened today?
I got to get running too, so let's just wrap this one.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Thanks for being here. We'll see you Saturday. Appreciate it. Much love to everybody. Like button, comment button, do your thing. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for being here, everybody.